Welcome, everybody, to another rendition of Delete Laws. What's going on out there in the land of the unfree America? What is going on? How is everybody doing? Do me a favor. If you can hear me, give me a 5x5. Give me a 5x5. So, welcome to the United States government of YouTube, where the United States government makes sure that the body camera footage that we show gets demonetized, meaning that it won't go out into the stream because YouTube has no vested interest in putting that body camera. Terry Owens' body cam in Louisiana that shows no violence has been demonetized. Why do you think that is? How come you think that is? Why do you think that is? Why do you think they would demonetize body camera footage that shows no violence but absolute tyranny? Why do you think that is? Think they would do that maybe because there's a police department inside of YouTube, like there's an FBI department inside of YouTube, like there's a CIA department inside of YouTube? Yes, there is. Everybody, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. What is going on? Let me tell you something. We raised almost $4,000 yesterday for Press with Rancor. If you guys have not seen it, let me show it to you just so you guys can see it. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it. Everybody, my name is ChilleDeCastro. I am an autodidactic constitutional law scholar. In the year 2002, current chief of police of LAPD named Michael Moore no-knock raided my apartment twice in the same month with a SWAT team. Kicked down my door, put laser beams in my face. I was completely undressed in my bed, asleep at 4 o'clock in the morning. Arrested me, charged me with multiple felonies. I would hire Robert Shapiro, and I beat those felonies. I would have to plead guilty to a possession charge of a chemical that had been legal in 2001. They had criminalized in 2002. I was using it for bodybuilding. So it was a non-anabolic substance that helped you get super ripped and was kind of fun to do. And so that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Ever since then, I've been studying the history of our country, the history of constitutional law, to try to find out exactly how and why the police could no-knock raid me when I had no prior history of violence, and I still don't, no prior history of any sort of chemicals, no real criminal record at all whatsoever. So I had to find out the reasons why. And so that's why I'm here. Everybody, do me a favor. Put in the comment section right now, OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. As you know, Terry versus Ohio allows the police to walk up to you and say, I'm suspicious of you, so I get to walk up to you. Number 2, for officer safety, is the second pillar. And then number 3, we're going to detain you. Those 3 things with reasonable articulable suspicion round out exactly what the problem with Terry versus Ohio's. Reasonable articulable suspicion makes us exactly like North Korea. If you want to compare anything, compare us to North Korea. North Korea has reasonable articulable suspicion. Exact same things going on today in America. All right, so check this out. As you guys know, if you guys take the time to go to my website and get my cop card or get my trifold, and something like this happens to you and I see it on camera, I will help you get your attorney and we will sue those jackboot thug pigs. Let's check this video out. It's really short. We'll be right back after that.
Trooper pulled over Morrison's Infiniti just after 9 o'clock this morning.
Would you please?
In a news release, state police say there were multiple code violations, and before the trooper even made contact with Morrison, a green Dodge sedan pulled behind the trooper's vehicle. State police say that driver became verbally combative, refused multiple orders, and resisted arrest. The video shows the trooper then approaching Morrison and some kind of scuffle before you just hear the audio from the recording.
So let me explain something right there. Let me explain something that's really important that you just saw. We're going to go roll this back for a second. Okay. So now if this copper right here
and resisted arrest.
Okay. So right here, there is Terry versus Ohio in action. The cop right there is detaining that man. Detainment today means a POW style of arrest. If you can take a look, you can see that the ground is wet. And their policy, procedure, and protocol is to throw you on the ground and then put you in those disgusting torture cuffs. So there's the first part. They've taken away our Fourth Amendment right to be free of unreasonable searches and seizures. You can see right there. You can see it. They have him on the ground in torture cuffs, but he's not arrested. Terry versus Ohio says that he's only detained. Does he look like he's arrested to you? Put a 1 in the chat if that man looks arrested. If he looks arrested. He looks like he's arrested to me. Doesn't he look like he's arrested to you? He sure does, right? Yes, he does. So Terry versus Ohio makes it so that if they grab you, put you in torture cuffs, that they are arresting you and they're calling it detained. Now, let's watch a little bit more of this video, and I'm going to show you the First Amendment violation.
Video shows the trooper then approaching Morrison.
Okay, so now he's approaching Morrison, and Morrison is engaged in a First Amendment protected activity. So what should Morrison have done here?
And some kind of scuffle before you just hear the audio from the recording.
Give me your hand. It's okay, man. Don't worry. I don't know why this is happening. It's okay. Stay calm. We ain't done nothing wrong. I know. It's fine. We ain't done nothing. He just punched me.
Mayor Sherrill.
Okay, so he did a nice job of narrating what was happening to him. When the cops attack you, your camera's still rolling. I need to hear you say it. Listen carefully.
Shows the trooper then approaching Morrison and some kind of scuffle before you just
listen.
Hear the audio from the recording.
Give me your hand. It's okay, man. Don't worry. I don't know why this is happening. It's okay.
I don't know why this is happening. That's not a great narration, but she's explaining she doesn't know why this is happening.
Stay calm. We ain't done nothing wrong.
Narrating, we ain't done nothing wrong.
It's fine. We ain't done nothing. He just punched me.
He just punched me. Okay, now if you're not Johnny on the spot and you're not witnessing what's happened here, then you don't know the cop just punched her unless she says it out loud. Why are you hitting me? Why are you elbowing me? Why are you choking me? You have to say what's happening. It's imperative that you narrate the scene for us because we're not there. We can't see it.
Mayor Sherrill Parker confirming in a post on X that Morrison was involved in a traffic stop this morning, and the video is upsetting, saying, quote, "A video circulating on social media that depicts a portion of the incident is very concerning to me, and I will have no further comment until the investigation has been completed." State police say Morrison was interfering with the arrest of the other driver. Both were arrested on various charges, including resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, and obstruction of justice. We reached out to Morrison, but have not yet heard back.
Okay, I'm gonna get into something here. I'm pulling something up to show you that. Okay, so what adding a third prong to the qualified immunity analysis? Okay, so I'm not getting a very good description here, but
a vigil tonight.
I want you to go back and listen right here.
It's okay, man. Don't worry. I don't know why this is happening. It's okay. Stay calm. We ain't done nothing wrong. I know. It's fine. We ain't done nothing. He just punched me.
Mayor Sherrill Parker confirming in a post on X that Morrison was involved in a traffic stop this morning, and the video is upsetting, saying, quote, "A video circulating on social media."
Okay, now look how the mayor parses their words. And the mayor, just so you guys know, let me give you a little backlog because I have a confidential informant from Philadelphia sent this to me already. So when the confidential informant sent this to me, they also told me that the woman who got punched by the trooper is friends with the mayor. So the mayor's got her panties in a wad, but even still, look at how the mayor parses her words. It says a video circulating on social media depicts a portion of the incident is very concerning to me. I will have no further comment until the investigation has been completed. Because just like for you, I am the tip of the spear. I will go to war for you and I will pierce the beast. And how do I pierce the beast? I use my camera. I use my media outlets. So that's how I'm able to help you if you get it on camera. Now, if this woman was a member of Team DLZ, let me just finish the blurb here. And then she says, "It's very concerning me. I'll have no further comment until the investigation has been completed." So why is she saying that? Well, because the investigation might take weeks, months, or even years because they need to investigate. What they're really doing is they're saying we need the public outrage to die down before we're going to make any kind of statements. The pigs do this all the time because there's no third-party agency to look over the pigs that goes after them. I will change that as governor. There will be a third-party prosecutor's office that all they do is prosecute pigs, and there'll be former judges and former lawyers who realize the system is corrupted and will create a third-party agency, not a special prosecutor. No. Not a special. So you guys have heard the term, they're bringing in a special prosecutor. Well, let me explain what that is. A special prosecutor for Dayton County, they call it one from Washington County. Now, that Washington County special prosecutor is active duty in Washington County. So the active duty prosecutor in Washington County is going over to Dayton County. Well, let me ask the crowd here a question. Does that mean that active pigs go from Dayton County to Washington County? Do cops ever leave one county and go and work in another county? Yes or no? Put a 1 in the chat if that happens every single day. As you know, Blankenship no longer works at the Ironton Police Department. He works at the pig shack down the street. It could be Soto County now instead of Lawrence County. So let me explain the loophole here. So now the Washington County prosecutor will be called in as a special prosecutor, right? BS. That prosecutor has to go back to Washington County and be a pig sucker over there. The cops who worked in Dayton County now work in Washington County. That guy's ex-partner who did this is working in the Washington County Sheriff's Office. That special prosecutor works hand in hand with that pig's previous partner. The chief of police meets with the judge and the prosecutor regularly. Well, did you know it? The chief of police in Washington County used to be the chief of police in Dayton County, and he knows that copper. So what does he do? He goes to the prosecutor and he says, hey, listen, I know that you've been assigned a special prosecutor to the copper over there in Dayton County, but I just want you to know we're all watching what you do. We really hope you get justice out of this. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you don't step on your own boop, boop. Make sure that you watch your own backside, because if you go out anywhere, if you travel anywhere, if you get in your car anywhere, you might get pulled over. And then you know what? The troopers might need to search your car and they might find something in your car. It's a dirty, nasty business. So every time they say, we brought in a special prosecutor from Washington County, Team DLZ now knows. Oh, so you brought in another pig sucker from another county who is beholden to the same batch of pigs from Dayton County and Washington County. Yes, exactly. Because there's no third party that comes in to prosecute that pig that will not be beholden to the pigs who work in Washington County or the pigs who work in Dayton County. It's a great big scam. It's a great big scam, and you're the target. Everybody, welcome Billy. He's a new member. Thanks for coming, Billy. I'm going to show you something else here.
That depicts a portion of the incident.
That depicts a portion.
Is very concerning to me.
It's concerning to her.
And I will have no further comment.
And I'm not going to say anything else till the pigs investigate themselves and come back and tell us that there was no wrongdoing. As governor, I will have a legislator write a bill that inserts police codes of conduct, PB 101, Police Brutality 101, PB 102, Police Brutality 102. Each one will have its own statute code ordinance. And I will get that done as governor. That's what I will do. And we don't stop. Put it in the chat. We don't stop under any circumstances, under any conditions. We do not stop. All right, now let me show you something. Here's the mistake. I'm gonna run the video back because the video is only a minute long. I'm gonna run the video back one more time, and I'm gonna show you how you have a lockdown civil rights complaint that you'll get paid on, like I'm about to get paid in Nevada. In Nevada, I'm about to get paid. I'm about to make 7 figures in Nevada. And let me show you the reason why I'm going to make 7 figures in Nevada from them wrongfully arresting me. But first, we got to go back in the video and let me show you right here. Here it is.
Orders and resisted arrest. The video shows the trooper then approaching Morrison in some kind of scuffle.
Okay, stop right there. She was recording, but what didn't she do? And what matters if you're going to record the piggies? Let me show you. So this is from Campbell Law Review, and this is how you get justice in the federal court. Remember, you're going to lose in district court. The first place you're going to lose is in district court, and then you're going to have to appeal to the circuit court. Unless, okay, this article addresses the controversial third prong that some courts have added to the qualified immunity analysis in U.S. Code 42, Section 1983. Under the doctrine of qualified immunity, public officials are immune from liability for civil rights violations so long as they do not violate clearly established law. Courts have generally analyzed this qualified immunity defense via a two-prong test. It used to be called the two-prong clearly established prong. And now it says, here's the two prongs, asking whether the official violated the plaintiff's rights, if he violated them. If so, whether that right was clearly established at the time of the violation. Was the right that you were using clearly established in the violation? And so if you take a look at your Fifth Amendment cop card, what does it say that you say out loud? Number one, what does it say? Cop cited. This is a non-driver who's filming the interaction. The yellow card is for the non-driver. The blue card is for the driver. So now you know you only pull out the yellow and blue cards when a pig's in front of you. You heard what I just said. You have to clearly establish for the pig which right you're invoking. Right here on the Fifth Amendment cop card, number one, start filming and state, I invoke my First Amendment right. Huh? Why does it say that? How come it says that? Why does it say you have to say, I invoke right here? If so, asking whether that right was clearly established at the time of the violation. What do you see in my arrest videos, the 2 arrest videos in Las Vegas? What do I say? I invoke my First Amendment right to be the press. That's why I'm going to get paid in Nevada, and it's going to be taxpayer dollars. I'm sorry. Hate to do that. But then again, let's talk about where taxpayer dollars go right now. Your tax dollars go to bombs, wars, cops, and cages. So if I'm able to get those taxpayer dollars, I'll do a lot more with it and better with it than the jackboot thug pig sucking government. Let's take a look at it again, just so you guys can clearly see. Now, let's go to the third prong here. So, number one, how do they get around qualified immunity? Number one, violated the plaintiff's constitutional right. Of course you did. If you take my camera out of my hand, you violated my rights. Number two, asking whether the right was clearly established at the time of the violation. However, certain circuit courts are adding a third prong test to the official's actions, asking whether the official's actions were objectively reasonable in light of clearly established law. So look at the slippery slope. Okay, so where does this term objectively reasonable come from? Whether the official's actions were objectively reasonable in light of the clearly established prong law. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that in the cop's persuasion, in the cop's perspective, is this objectively reasonable? Well, surely objective reasonableness goes all the way back to our Bill of Rights, all the way back to the founding of the Constitution, right? You would be wrong. Objective reasonableness is created. Oh, let me cancel that. I was going in the wrong place here. I apologize. I almost froze up the whole thing here. Objective reasonableness was determined in 1989 in Graham versus Connor. Well, what is Graham versus Connor about? Graham versus Connor is about a Terry stop on Michael DeThorne Graham, a black man who was going through a diabetic episode and had lost his composure because his brain wasn't working right. How many people here are diabetic or know someone who's diabetic? This is how you get the term objectively reasonable. Well, where exactly does it come from? Let's get into the detail of how you get objectively reasonable. On November 12th, 1984, DeThorne Graham, a diabetic, had an insulin reaction while doing auto work at his home. Let me open this big for you guys. I apologize for that. On November 12th, DeThorne Graham, a diabetic, was doing auto work at his home. He asked a friend, William Berry, to drive him to a convenience store in order to purchase some orange juice to counter this reaction. When arrived at the store, Graham rapidly left the car. He entered the store, saw a line of 4 or 5 persons. Not wanting to wait in line, he quickly left the store and returned to Berry's car. Officer M.S. Connor, a Charlotte pig, observed Graham entering and exiting the store unusually quickly. Which did what? What does that mean if he says he entered the store unusually quickly and he followed the car and pulled it over a half a mile later? So what is he doing? He's Terry stopping him based on what? The first prong of Terry versus Ohio, reasonable articulable suspicion. Reasonable articulable suspicion is what connects us to North Korea. It makes us the same as North Korea. The government can say, I'm suspicious of you, so I'm going to investigate you. None of this would have happened to DeThorne Graham without Terry versus Ohio. This was a Terry stop, folks. So it continues to go on. He pulls him over. Graham, still suffering from an insulin reaction, exited the car and ran around it twice. Berry and Officer Connor stopped Graham and he sat down on the curb and soon he passed out. When he revived, he was handcuffed and laying face down on the sidewalk. Several more pigs were present by this time. The pigs picked up Graham, still handcuffed, placed him on the hood of Berry's car. So just picture the scene. Just put it in perspective, okay? They pull over DeThorne. He's going through some shit because he needs some insulin or some sugar. He needs something to counteract what's going on inside of his body. And so instead of helping him, they beat the shit out of him. They break his rib, they break his foot, they crack his head open. That's what happened. This is a glossed over Cornell University version that they also call themselves Oyez, OYEZ.org on this particular website. It goes on to say on Berry's car, Graham attempted to reach for his wallet to show his diabetic decal, and an officer shoved his head into the hood and told him to shut up. The police then struggled to place Graham in the squad car over Graham's vigorous resistance. Oh, of course. Of course. There it is right there, folks. There's Cornell University with that cop stick all the way down their throat. DeThorne Graham was resisting being stopped. And what was his crime? He walked in and out of a convenience store too fast. And Officer Connor was suspicious. That is a Terry stop. It's a Terry stop that turned into violence. But wait, there's more. Could there be more? Yes. The Supreme Court is then going to create the term objective reasonableness. Officer Connor soon determined, however, that Graham had not committed a crime and at the convenience store and returned him to his home. This is such a load of shit on a stick. This is such bullshit. Graham sustained multiple injuries, including a broken foot, a cracked rib, and a cracked head. Okay. Graham filed a 1983 charge against Connor and other officers and the city of Charlotte, alleging his right was been violated by the use of excessive force, unlawful arrest, unlawful restraint, constituting false imprisonment. And the city of Charlotte improperly trained its officers in violation of the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. We can get into that as well. The city of Charlotte followed for a directed verdict, which the district court granted. What do I always tell you? You're going to lose at district court. You're going to lose at district court. Look what happened here. Look what happened here. The city of Charlotte filed for a directed verdict, which the district court granted. When you're going to file a 1983 U.S. Code 42, you're going to lose the first round at district court. Be prepared, my friends. You think there's going to be a judge that has some decency and some courage and has some fortitude to say, I'm going to stand up for the constitutional rights of Americans. No, the district court judge is there to cheat you. You will not win. Dick Heller versus District of Columbia, he lost in the appellate court. When he finally got to another level, district circuit court, then he won. Then he was granted certiorari to the Supreme Court, and then we got our gun rights back. It goes on to say, ruling that the use of excessive force, contending that the district court incorrectly applied the 4 substantive due process tests in Johnson versus Glick. Oh, God. So just so you know, let me explain this to you. Johnson versus Glick that takes in count the officer's good faith efforts. Now, Johnson versus Glick, the 1980 Supreme Court tyrannical holding, if you go to jail, if you get put in the dungeon, pay very close attention to what I'm going to show you. It's on the screen. Let me show you on the screen. Do you see right here where it says Johnson versus Glick takes into account the officer's good faith efforts? That is exactly what they said at the Supreme Court, that if the guards in the jail are keeping order, they are working in good faith to keep order in the jail. Understand that? When you go to jail, shut the front door or they're going to kill you, Jack. I'm telling you, they've created caveats for the guards to be able to get away with killing you. And how many cases have we seen this year where they're thirsting people to death or starving people to death? And then everybody came on shift. They all knew about it. So who's responsible? Nobody. But you died. The officers were working in good faith. You were unruly, so they put you into solitary. We didn't know that no one gave them any water. We didn't know the water fountain wasn't working. And that's how it works. So, but let's get to the objective reasonableness in this part right here. So then it continues on and it says, Johnson versus Glick takes into account officers' good faith efforts, whether they acted maliciously or sadistically. We didn't starve them to death or thirst them to death. We weren't being malicious or sadistic. We just forgot. He instead argued for the standard of objective reasonableness under the Fourth Amendment. Objective reasonableness. And now the courts, so they can protect the pigs, because there's so many U.S. Code 42s, 1983s being filed, they're now adding a third prong, that under objective, how the cop feels about it at the time. That's what it means. How the cop feels about what's going on at the time. His feelings on it are what count, whether or not he violated your rights. The United States Court of Appeals Fourth Circuit rejected this argument, reasoning that the concepts such as good faith are relevant to determining the degree of force used. It affirmed the directed verdict, holding that a reasonable jury could not have found in Graham's favor. So the constitutional question, must Graham show the police acted maliciously and sadistically for the purpose of causing harm to establish that the Charlotte police used excessive force? No, he does not. Number 2, must Graham claim that the law enforcement officials used excessive force examined under the Fourth Amendment's objective reasonableness standard? Yes. In a unanimous, all of them, all of the black robe tyrants that we don't vote for, in a unanimous ruling written by Justice William Rehnquist, who was a diehard racist, the court held that the claims of excessive force used by the government officials are properly analyzed under the Fourth Amendment's objectively reasonable standard. The court vacated the direct verdict and remanded the case to district court to be decided by that standard. Rehnquist, the racist, noted that the 1983 is not itself a source of substantive rights, but rather a means for a vindicated federal rights conferred elsewhere. So let me explain something very clearly to you all so you actually understand it, okay? So let me explain it. William Rehnquist, when the country passed the 1954, when Earl Warren headed up and desegregated America with the 1954 holding of Brown versus Board of Education, William Rehnquist was a judge in Arizona. So what happened was it became this big question of whether the restaurants, bars, establishments, citing the 14th Amendment, equal protection under the law, we have the right to refuse service to anyone. I believe it was 1963, in that little window right there, when the Phoenix City Council took up the idea that restaurant owners would be allowed to ban blacks from the restaurant bar. They call it the restaurant bar back then, which was the breakfast bar. And so they called it the breakfast bar. And so when they had the Phoenix City Council meeting, a lowly unknown judge named William Rehnquist went to that city council meeting and said that the restaurants have the same protection under the law that the newly freed blacks do. And that if you allow blacks to eat at the breakfast bar with whites, you're violating the civil rights of the restaurant owner. In 2010, William Rehnquist would write a book that was full of racist, outright racist. He was quoting specifically the teachings of William Archibald Dunnan, the same flawed history books that William Archibald Dunnan wrote for Columbia University throughout after the Civil War. He partnered with Columbia University. The same backwards teachings that taught you how there was no such thing as white supremacy in the KKK, right? William Rehnquist's book is full of stuff like that. A dyed-in-the-wool racist. Who wrote the opinion in Graham versus Connor? Rehnquist noted in a unanimous decision written by William Rehnquist. It's all out there, folks. It's all out there. The research is available for you to do. Let me show you how it really went down. Let me show you what really happened to DeThorne Graham. Let me show you what really happened to him. The actual what happened to, and this right here, we're only going to watch a snippet of this, just a little bit of it. This is a documentary film that I produced with Jeff Lloyd in the year 2020. And here is the actual scene that we recreated of DeThorne Graham being Terry stopped and what exactly happened to him and how it all went down. It's coming up. It's right. This is a really brutal documentary. If you ever want to watch it, I'll drop the link down in the chat for you guys. Forgive me, I didn't plan on showing this to you guys, but since we're here, and if you actually want to see what happened to DeThorne, oh, here it is. Here it is right here.
Explain to me Graham versus Connor.
The Supreme Court justices invented a term to circumvent Graham's rights.
The objective
reasonableness
of police on the scene.
Explain to me Graham versus Connor.
The Supreme Court justices invented a term to circumvent Graham's rights.
The objective reasonableness of police on the scene determines how badly you could be hurt during this interaction.
The officer's actions are objectively reasonable in light of the facts and circumstances confronting them.
Use of force must be judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer on scene.
The court said we must embody an allowance for the fact that police officers are often forced to make split-second decisions about the amount of force necessary in a particular situation.
The severity of the crime and threat posed by suspects are factors.
Now, though Graham had done nothing wrong, he had his bones broken because
I was suspicious. My suspicion is enough to detain you. Because of Graham and objective reasonableness, we are afraid for our lives.
Objectively reasonable. What the cop believes in his mind you may have done before interacting with him is his objective reasonableness. So the cop can say, oh, I thought he killed a bunch of people before this, so I used the amount of force that I found to be objectively reasonable.
So you're saying the use of force is determined by the reasonable officer on the scene?
exactly. This case puts to rest all the bitching and moaning people have getting hurt by the police. I am the law. I can put my hands on you whenever I want. Whatever happens, happens.
Jeez, man. Thank you.
We're walking in and out of a quickie mart. The Thorn Graham as Terry stopped. Cop Connor beat the Thorn Graham so badly, Graham sued Connor, broke his ribs, broke his foot, cracked his head open. What is objective reasonableness? Standardized use of force policy, allowing cops to beat you or kill you based on their objective reasonableness. Here is the tyrannical ruling. Use of force is determined by the reasonable officer on the scene.
Hey there.
1984.
Saw you run into that convenience store and run right back out again. What are you up to, boy?
Line was too long. I'm diabetic. I need sugar. I'm sick. Why you inform me? Why?
Suspicion, boy, suspicion. Terry versus Ohio gives us the right to investigate anyone we're suspicious of, and that's you.
Please, sir, please. I need sugar. I could die. I need sugar. I could die.
You'll live. You know how I know? This is a historic case from 1989. Graham v. Connor. The Supreme Court rules in favor of objective reasonableness, where cops can use force in this case and all cases.
Force must be judged from the perspective of a reasonable officer on the scene, and that's me. I'm that officer.
Stay down! He seems pretty fucking reasonable, doesn't he? You got something to say, boy? That's right, face down.
Objective reasonableness is a lie. Cops are murdering people on camera and then claiming they're in fear for their lives.
You know what sucks as a conservative Republican? Learning that all the cases, the Supreme Court cases, that took away our constitutional rights, the case was lost by a black man.
The Supreme Court has never helped me.
If you don't know the history, then you don't know that the Supreme Court in this country has been racist.
Since the very beginning of time, since the very start of time. And if you don't understand how important this is, well, let me help you. This is the absolute worst thing I have ever seen, because what Graham versus Connor actually does, let me explain it to you in very layman's terms so you understand. They can use all the bullshit fancy words they want to use, create new terminologies. Let me explain what it does. Graham versus Connor coupled with Terry versus Ohio. Terry versus Ohio means cops can run up to you and grab you. When can a cop grab you? The moment he sees you. So a cop can see you, run up to you, and say, I'm suspicious of you. And then once they go to interact with you, they can now kill you and say, I was in fear for my life. Officer safety, the standard of Terry versus Ohio, plus my objective reasonableness, I believed that this guy was going to kill me. And that is why there's so many cases where people are being murdered by the police on camera and they're getting away with it. Watching that back when I wrote that scene before we produced it, I sat and cried as I wrote the scene, and watching that again just brought me back to exactly where I was long before, which was, this is completely and utterly wrong in every single way, that a cop should be able to say that he's suspicious of you, walk up to you while you've done nothing wrong, put his hands on you. If you put your hands on an alpha male who doesn't understand what's going on, he's going to tense up. Then they have stupid terms they've created, like don't be reaching and don't tense up. You're grabbing me. Of course I'm going to tense up. Then the cop's going to say, I looked at him. His ears are all mangled and cauliflowered, and he about 210 pounds at 5'8". I thought he was going to slam me on my head, so I killed him. That's the actual score here, folks. It was emotional for me watching that. So be it. So be it. Let me show you guys something that I'm not sure if you guys remember Anthony Allegrini, but I want to show you something. This is important, and I couldn't transfer it for some reason. I couldn't transfer it. Oh, maybe I can transfer it. Maybe it's in my text messages here. Let me see if I have her in here. I do not. So that means you'll have to bear with me for 1 second. Anthony Allegrini's murder. I have the actual murderer's Facebook page. So I'm, of course, going to share it. And I'm going to email it to myself just real quick because we're going to go to his Facebook page and delete laws at Gmail. Murderer. So here's, and this guy now has a business. He left the pig shack he was working at where he murdered Anthony, and he went and opened himself up a lab testing clinic, the guy who murdered Anthony Allegrini Jr. And he doesn't think that we're going to find that. He doesn't think that we're going to find that your Facebook page, and he doesn't think that we're going to find the testing center that you created. You know, there's this thing called Google and Google reviews. And so let me show you the Facebook page of Anthony Allegrini Jr.'s murder. Oh, shoot, I'm so sorry. Hopefully this computer will just let me in real quick. Here it is. So here's his Facebook page. I'll drop the link down in the chat for you. This is the guy who murdered Anthony Allegrini. Here he is right here. Here's the link in the chat if you guys want to see the guy. I'm going to pull up his Facebook page right now and share it with you. Let me share the Terry era with you. If you guys want to watch this whole documentary, it's about an hour long or so. I did this with Jeff Lloyd in 2020. Wanda Meese, have you reached out to me yet? We found your attorney, buddy. If you're interested, I'd like to get you that attorney, get you going. That would be amazing. Let me close this here. I'm just trying to protect anybody who doesn't need to be seen on my Facebook page. This is the murderer. This is the guy who killed Anthony. Of course, he has pictures of himself. I mean, yeah, this is the guy who murdered Anthony Allegrini Jr., 18-year-old boy who was simply turning his car. This is the murderer right here. I dropped the link down in the chat for you. There he is. Of course, he's ex-military. 1/3 of the pigs in America are ex-military. That's the guy right there who murdered Anthony Allegrini Jr. right there. Shot him through the heart. Shot him right through the heart. From 2 feet away from his windshield, shot him in the heart. That's what he did. I'm glad you're relaxing, bro, because Anthony's dead. I'm glad you're enjoying your life. I'm glad you're having, look at your car. You can have this guy's got a race car, but Anthony Allegrini Jr. had a car too. He had a car, his dream car. And Anthony Allegrini Jr., the juice is loose. She's street legal. Is that right? You do any street racing? Because you murdered Anthony Allegrini, accusing him of street racing. So here's his profile right here. It gets better because here's something that we can do that's proactive. This guy right here, here is the testing lab that this guy opened up this year. This guy opened up this testing lab. Any lab tests now. You guys see what I see? This is the guy's testing lab, and this guy's a murderer. This guy murdered Anthony Allegrini Jr. Let me drop the link for this down in the chat. If you guys want to go over, let him know how you feel. It's up to you. I can't... Not sure why it did that weird thing right there. There is the link right there. So let me just do what I'm going to do. Okay, here. Cool. Save, nearby, suggest. You guys may not know who this person is, but I do. And I know exactly what they did. It's only... I think that I can leave a review for this as well. So I'm going to do exactly that. This guy murdered Anthony Allegrini Jr., 18-year-old kid, shot him in the heart from 2 feet away through his windshield and murdered him. Closes at 4. Close at 4:30. Not 4:30 yet. It's not 4:30 yet. Everybody, welcome Creators Trust. Oh, Pennsylvania's 3 hours later, so it's 2:30, 3:30. It's 4:22 right now there. They must have closed early. I'll try it again. Either way, though,
Hi, you have reached Any Lab Test Now, Newtown location. We are located in the Summit Square Shopping Center in Langhorne, PA. We're sorry we missed your call. Please leave us a detailed message with your name and callback number, and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Please note our location does do COVID PCR testing. However, we do not do rapid testing. This is a send-out test with the results in generally up to 48 hours.
Is that right?
We do not accept insurance for this test or any of our lab testing. If you have any other questions, again, feel free to leave a message or visit our website at www.anylabtestnow.com/Newtown. Thanks and have a great day.
Please leave your message after the tone. When done, hang up or press the pound key.
Yeah, I have a question for you. Can you explain to me why the pig who owns this facility didn't render any aid to Anthony Allegrini Jr. after he shot him through the heart from 2 feet away? Can you explain why Robert Michael, a guy with 2 first names, why he shot Anthony Allegrini in the heart when all he had to do was put his hand up and tell him to stop and he would have stopped? Did you guys know that he murdered Anthony Allegrini Jr.? Are you aware of that? Are you aware that you work for a murderer? I'm just not sure if you know that or not. Does the rest of the staff know that? I think that you guys are going to get some Google reviews today, and I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for anybody who associates with the pig who owns this place. Really. And Robert Michael, you're never going to get away from me, bud. Ever. Wherever you go, I will track you down. And sooner or later, Robert, I'm going to ask you the question on camera. Why'd you murder that beautiful 18-year-old boy? Why'd you do it? Oh, because you're military? You think you're some sort of military man? Is that what you do? You murder people? Yeah, I think you're going to have some problems, buddy. I'm never going to let you go. I got you in my radar, and I'm going to follow you until you're off the pig shack force. That's what I'm going to do. All right, everybody else there, I'm sorry you're working with a pig. I'd wish you the best, but I don't. I hope this place ends. I hope the business fails. I wouldn't work with this pig if you paid me all the money in the world. Just want to let you know. All right, you have yourself a Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Press 1 to accept this recording. Press 2 to listen to it. Press 3 to re-record.
Yeah, I have a question for you. Can you explain to me why the pig who owns this facility didn't render any aid to Anthony Allegrini Jr. after he shot him through the heart from 2 feet away? Can you explain why Robert Michael, the guy with 2 first names, why he shot Anthony Allegrini in the heart when all he had to do was put his hand up and tell him to stop and he would have stopped? Did you guys know that he murdered Anthony Allegrini Jr.? Are you aware of that? Are you aware that you work for a murderer? I'm just not sure if you know that or not. Does the rest of the staff know that? I think that you guys are going to get some Google reviews today, and I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for anybody who associates with the pig who owns this place. Really. And Robert Michael, you're never going to get away from me, bud. Ever. Wherever you go, I will track you down. And sooner or later, Robert, I'm going to ask you the question on camera. Why'd you murder that beautiful 18-year-old boy? Why'd you do it? Oh, because you're military? You think you're some sort of military man? Is that what you do? You murder people? Yeah, I think you're going to have some problems, buddy. I'm never going to let you go. I got you in my radar, and I'm going to follow you until you're off the pig shack force. That's what I'm going to do. All right, everybody else there, I'm sorry you're working with a pig. I'd wish you the best, but I don't. I hope this place ends. I hope the business fails. I wouldn't work with this pig if you paid me all the money in the world. Just want to let you know. All right? You have yourself a Merry Christmas.
Press 1 to accept this recording. Press 2. Your message has been saved.
I'll drop the link to this murderer's Facebook right here. I'll drop the link in the chat for you guys. It just let me go back, and I'm going to leave him a couple reviews as well. I'm going to leave him a review for his store here. So I'm going to go, 5 stars with 198, huh? Is that right? Let's see here. Let's see. I don't really leave reviews a lot of times, but let's see. Write a review. Okay. I've got to hide this real quick. I can't show you guys my password. Let me just real quick here log into my, I do leave reviews sometimes, so let me leave a review here. After I sign in, I'll let you guys see what I do here. If you guys don't know, okay, logged in. Cool. Let me show you guys what I'm doing here so you guys can see. Forgive me, I'll go back to the education in a moment, but I'm an actual activist. I take on cops and I go after them until I break them. And I'm going to break this pig. I'm going to break him through the media. That's what I'm going to do. We don't stop under any circumstances, under any conditions. I believe I have his Facebook page open right here. Let me just copy link address. Cool. I don't know if it'll let me stick it in there. Oh, you know what? I can add a picture. Let me add a photograph to this, everybody. Let me say right here, let me go. Here we go real quick. I want to find, oh, you know what? Let me go to his Instagram page. Let me go to Anthony Allegrini. Just real quick, I'm just doing something here on the backside. I'm going to go right back to the education here in 1 second. About Anthony Allegrini right here. I'm just going to drop this pic. I'm going to take a screenshot right here. I actually, just so you guys know, I unfollowed Anthony's Instagram page because it was just killing me. Just seeing it every day was just killing me. Every time I saw it, I'd cry. Sorry for the delay, folks. We're going to go right back to the education. Just give me 1 second. This is called About Anthony Allegrini Jr. Oh, you piece of garbage. Whatever. I'll post it. You bet. I gave him 1 star. So let's see if it. See your review. There it is. Can I go back and see that, please? Can I see the Google review? That would be great. Let me see the reviews here. There it is. This place is owned by the pig who murdered Anthony Allegrini Jr. He shot Anthony in the heart from less than 5 feet away. Anthony supported pigs. He was a bright light in a semi-dark world of tyrannical pigs. Rest in peace, Anthony. You won't escape accountability. Robert Michael. So, Okay, cool. So what did we learn so far today? I apologize, but I just got this information. I wanted to pass it on to you. I don't want anybody to get away with killing someone else when. So what did we learn today so far on this rendition of delete laws? That when you interact with pigs, you literally have to state the right that you're invoking. If you're going to be press, you have to say, I invoke my First Amendment right to remain. I invoke my First Amendment rights is what the card says. You have to say the words, I invoke my First Amendment right. Rocky Jones, we learned that pigs are murderers. Yeah, it's, listen, this is a very emotional. I mean, I guess for me personally, when I have such a high value on human life, I mean, I'm not sure if you guys noticed or not, but, I talk to several ex-cops all the time on the phone, several who I confer with about different things and different rules of policing and the things that they're taught compared to what the Supreme Court policy is. So I don't even want pigs to die. I mean, I don't feel anything when they do, but I don't want pigs to die either. It's going to be there somewhere. I did say pigs in there. So, listen, so Clown Patrol said, I learned apparently you don't check your email, Chille. I'm getting hundreds of emails a day, and most of them start off with, Chille, will you help me? A woman emailed me yesterday and told me, I got through about 20 emails last night before I just fell asleep at my desk. And a woman emailed me last night and said, I'm living in my car. This sucks, Chille. Can you help us? And I replied. I said, no, I can't. I use my platform, Team DLZ, to raise funds for people who get cheated on camera by the coppers. That's what I do. So I understand a lot of people are struggling. I can't help every person. I can't help everybody. So I apologize about that. I will go through my emails tonight, though. I will go through my emails. Got another American Patriot in here. What's going on, American Patriot? Hey, brother. You're the shit, big dog. I appreciate your knowledge. Listen, I'm just teaching you guys what I know. I'm sure, but they can't take down all of them. And a lot of you guys may be able to leave reviews a little bit more tongue-in-cheek than I can. Unfortunately, I watched that Graham versus Connor breakdown of what DeThorne Graham went through. And when I wrote that, I had a super emotional time. And when I saw that again just now, I had a super emotional reaction. Like I was choking up in the back here, trying to keep myself together because it was just so painful to write that script. All right. So listen, today's special, as you guys know, I always do a special. If you guys purchase a trifold from my website and you always want to have a trifold in your car, I'm going to give you a set of Fifth Amendment cop cards with it. If you write in the notes section of a friend or family member who you have that doesn't have the money for a trifold, I'm going to mail your friend or family member a trifold as well. Okay. So if you go to my website and you get a Fifth Amendment trifold where you invoke your Fifth Amendment right away, then I'm going to give you a set of cop cards with that. I'm just telling you right here live. If you don't get it in your package, you'll get it. Right. And then you put in the notes of your order perfectly, Sam Johnson, 123 Main Street, Anywhereville, USA, 42186. And I'm going to send Sam Johnson a trifold in your name. That's what I'm doing today. So it's almost like buy one, get one free, but it's not for you. I'm going to give you the cop cards anyway. If you want to buy them, they're $10. Buy them. Buy a bunch of them. Thanks for your support. I appreciate it. We raised almost $4,000 yesterday for Press with Rancor. So you guys will see. And let me just show you guys that. I have another video pulled up, but I'm going to go back to this video in 1 second. The guy's name is Robert Michael Sobek, by the way. It's not Robert Michael. It's Robert Michael Sobek, S-O-B-E-K. Robert Michael Sobek. I want you guys to know that. So I'm going to come back to the video we're going to watch. But yesterday, I wanted you guys to see, I put this in my community tab. Looks like nobody's really seen it. That's okay, because it's not that. Looking at a bill isn't really that interesting. But this is the agreement that I made with the attorney, James J. Mikowski, who is in Dearborn, Michigan. And this is this deal was made on February 20th, 2024. And the deal, SOBECK, the deal that I made with my legal name is Jose Maria DeCastro, Mr. Garrett Van Nett, and Mr. DeCastro. This letter is to inform. This letter is to inform my representation during the charges related to the 47th Circuit Court regarding the resisting and obstructing of a police officer from an incident that occurred November 24th, 2022 in Delta County. My representation will cease upon the completion of this case. And then Mr. DeCastro agrees to pay attorney James Mikowski $60,000 United States currency for my professional services and skills. Mr. Mikowski's signature on the agreement constitutes a receipt for $12,000, which we already paid, with the remaining $48,000 payable at the rate of $6,000 per month, commencing on March 20th, 2024, and continuing the 20th day of each month thereafter until paid in full. So that's the deal that I made with the attorney to pay off Press with Rancor's attorney, because he had two schlep attorneys, and Press with Rancor was on the phone calling every activist, every auditor, the ACLU. He was calling everybody, and he couldn't get any help. And when he got a hold of me and he was at the end of his rope, I said, Press, I'm going to help you all the way till the end. So that's what we're doing. That is what we're doing. And last night we raised almost $4,000. So that's 4,000 of the 6,000, got 2,000 to go before the 20th. If I don't raise 2,000 more, I'll put that $2,000 in myself. We'll get there though. We will get there. We don't stop. We don't stop. And if you guys want to see the original agreement, it's going to go back here. And then here's the first $12,000 that we put in, me and my silent partner. There it is right there. There's the wire that we sent on the 21st of February. So I know that last night we had some drama on the live stream, someone coming in and talking trash. There's the receipts. Press with Rancor and I talked last night, saying, oh, you're a real grifter, Chille. I said, yeah, I'm taking all the excess money and I'm going to Bermuda. There's not going to be any excess money on a $60,000 bill. And Jim Mikowski is a high-powered attorney in Michigan. If I don't pay him and I signed a contract, he'll sue me. So I signed a contract. I have to pay the man. So thank you guys for last night. I super appreciate it. A few of you guys were really huge donors, and I can't thank you enough. All right, let's get into another video. Again, this is from Photography is Not a Crime, the original OG. I'm going to drop a comment on that, and then I'm going to say right down here, she lost her life and 2 babies. Thank you so much, bro. Covering your videos. Good to hopefully you see this, Carlos Miller. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. So this is Karine Gaines, and let's watch. Now remember, what we teach on this channel is the exact way that policy, procedure, and protocol the cops have set up. I'm going to stop the video a couple times and show you guys a policy, procedure, and protocol that I'm going to ask you to follow religiously, as though your life depends on it. Okay? Because put a 1 in the chat if your life. Jessica Kirstead, I got your PayPal for a t-shirt. I'm not sure if any other women ordered t-shirts. If you did, email me. I'm going to go through my 150 emails today at some point. But if you would please, do me a favor. Everybody hit the like button and then put in the comment section OTVO, Overturn Terry versus Ohio. And let's get into it.
Have your driver's license registration?
Am I free to go? Is there a crime being committed?
Do something one more. Yeah, you don't have a driver's license. You don't have a tag.
Okay.
She's pulled over for not having a tag once again, which is just ridiculously stupid.
Hey, who are you?
I am the Baltimore County Police Department.
Okay, so I don't participate in that. You are not authorized?
Let me see your driver's license, or I'll have to arrest you. And I don't know what you're going to do with your children.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You're going to arrest me for what now?
Because I have to be able to identify. You don't have any tag on.
Sir, you have something that authorizes you.
You see that tag? I've seen this girl. Do you know who she is? Yeah.
Sir, can you identify yourself?
If I can't ID you, I have to arrest you. I don't understand.
Sir.
Just give me your license.
She asked him to identify himself, and he laughed at her.
Listen, you have yet to identify yourself. At this point in time, I don't know who you are and why you're pulling me over. You are not.
Turn this car off. Turn this car off.
Sir.
If your dash cam is going to turn off, do not turn off your car. Just turn off your music and turn off your fan. But don't turn off the car if your dash cam is connected to the power source so that it'll keep running.
Can you identify yourself?
I'm telling you one more time, turn the car off.
Sir, can you identify yourself?
What?
Okay. He's turning my
Get out of the
car
car.
off. No, I'm not complying to that. Listen, I'm not
So you wanna
complying
be
to that.
arrested?
Here's I own this vehicle.
So you want to be arrested? You have a child in the backseat. I'm trying
No,
to help
I
you out.
understand.
Oh, you're trying to help her out. There it is. There's the bullshit line. I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to help you out. Beautiful young woman.
I mean, do you want me? How you have
Listen,
a child? Think,
I
think,
don't want to be
think.
arrested.
Then-
That's number one.
Then do
All
what I
I'm
asked, please.
asking
I'm
you
working
for.
with you. I showed you my
Oh,
police ID. I
right.
don't have to do that, but I did it because I'm working with you.
Oh, you're working with her. You pulled her over for a tag. Why don't you leave her alone? She owns the car.
Okay, you don't have a tag on the vehicle. In Maryland, you have to have a registered motor vehicle to drive.
Okay, all right. So this is what we're gonna do.
Okay. This is what we're going to do. And that's a perfect place to segue right here. This is what we're going to do here on Team DLZ. We're going to have our license, registration, and proof of insurance ready to go. We're going to have the current registration, the current insurance, and a photocopy that's laminated of your driver's license, the front and the back. That's what we're going to do. Obviously, this is for entertainment purposes only. I am not Brad Pitt. Obviously, I'm not a multimillionaire, super hunk mega star. I'm just a regular dude here who learned constitutional law after the police no-knock raided me. So there it is right there. You're going to have your license, your registration, and your proof of insurance ready to go. You're going to take the fancy broccoli water rubber band that I put in your envelope, and you're going to have everything up here. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to have your phone in your right hand wedged into your seat so that your elbow doesn't get too tired. The light from your phone is going to light up, and you're going to be able to see everything like this. Now, when the cop comes up, without him having to ask you because you don't want to answer any questions, let me use the other phone here. Without having to answer any questions, see the camera's facing me? I want the camera to get me and my face and my body on the camera because you're the most important thing. So now I'm going to wedge this elbow in here on the seat or on the seat here just so I can rest it up here. The light from my camera will light up in the night. Also, because I have this right here, the cop can see it. Everything goes up in your broccoli wad rubber band. Then you're going to simply slide out your license, registration, proof of insurance right there, all on the laminated card, and you're going to give it to him. Now, no matter what he says after that, do you know how fast you were going? Where are you going? What are you doing? You're going to say, Fifth Amendment, I invoke the right to remain silent. I don't answer questions. And then you're going to say to the camera, Your Honor, I've invoked my Fifth Amendment. If he violates my Fifth Amendment right, that goes outside of his qualified immunity. So I don't want him to ask me where I'm coming from, where I'm going, where I've been, if I've been drinking, if I have a gun. I'll take no tests, no searches or seizures. Use the address on my ID. I'll give no additional info. Everything I need to provide by law is in the slip below. That's what you're going to do. You're going to follow a very rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols. If the jackboot thug pig says get out of the car, all you're going to do is flip open your trifold to the very first page, just like that. Flip it around just like that. Crease it nice and lightly because these are brand new. Once I crease it nice and lightly, I'm then with my camera going to say, I understand, officer, that I have to get out of the car because you're ordering me out of the car. However, I want to inform you it's my right to film cops, and I film cops' faces. My right is squarely upheld in Izari versus Yeehaw and Turner versus Driver. Our right to film police falls squarely within the First Amendment to hold government officials accountable. Violating my First Amendment right removes your qualified immunity. I do understand, officer, I'm showing the judge that I do understand Pennsylvania versus Mims 1977 says that I must exit when I'm ordered out of the car. So I'm more than willing to exit the car. Don't take my phone out of my hand. If you're going to Terry pat me, just do it, but don't strip away my First Amendment right or I'll sue your pig ass. You could say nicer if you want to, but I don't like pigs. Okay. That's how you do it. You're going to do it just like that every single time. And now your trifold is set up so that you flipped it over here and you told him you're going to get out. As soon as you get out, he's going to say, you mind if I search your car? Flip the trifold over. And it says here, revoke consent. I give consent and revoke it. While filming, if you know the cop is going to search your car, you can initially give consent and revoke consent. You must be unequivocal and say, I gave consent, now I revoke consent. Stop searching my car. If I give you consent, you can revoke consent. Everything is done on camera. You got this like this. This is how you are. Elbows above the steering wheel. Touchdown position, like you say, touchdown Broncos, just like this, touchdown position. My hands never go below. When I have to flip my trifold around, I got my phone in this hand and I do the flipping of my pages just like this. That's what you're going to do. Do it just like that. Okay. Just now on the passenger side over here, you should have the non-driver card because I'm going to give this with you with your order for the trifold. I'm going to give this to you for free. I'm going to give you the driver and non-driver card. So in case you're driving a rental car, you have the blue card in your wallet. Maybe your trifold is rubber banded in with your ID and your proof of insurance on your car. So now when you're traveling in another person's car, you're going to use the blue card. And this is, again, a step-by-step tutorial. Right away, what happens? Cop cited, you start filming and state, I invoke my First Amendment right. What does that do? That goes around the tri-prong. It used to be called the clearly established prong. Now it's the triple prong that you have to go around at the federal court for you to get justice for your rights being violated. And you're going to follow the exact same process. Turner versus driver gives me the right. Cop approaches and states infractions or questions you. While filming, give cop all required legal documents and state, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Fifth Amendment unequivocal. Cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you. Cop asks you to exit the vehicle. While filming, exit and lock the doors. Show this card or state, I do not consent to searches or seizures. Pennsylvania versus Mims. Cop believes you're armed and presently dangerous. You must exit the vehicle. Flip it over for number 4. Cop asks consent to search your car. While filming, if you give consent, you can then revoke consent by stating, I revoke consent. Fourth Amendment upheld by the 2018 case of United States versus Williams. Cop says he smells Mary Jane. This case law only applies to states where they sell medicinal or recreational. While filming, show this card and state smells not probable cause. Number 6, cop says he's calling in a canine unit. While filming, show this card and state extending the stop violates my rights from the 2015 case of United States versus Rodriguez. You see? So when you get this trifold, I'm going to send you this too. So you always have something. This goes in your pocket. And these cards are made like your credit card. Just like your hotel key or credit card. The yellow one goes in your visor for your passenger. And you tell the passenger, if the cops are going to come here, and if you don't use this card, step-by-step tutorial, you'll never ride with me again, which includes invoking your First Amendment right and then shutting the front door. You can't see it because of the green screen stuff. You see how it's yellow, so it green screens out. Okay, that's what we're going to do. And now let's watch what's going to happen to Karina here. It's not going to go good, I can tell you that.
What are we going to do?
And I'll explain to you. I'll explain to you.
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
Why I don't have.
How can you help me? You could just leave me alone.
And I'll explain to you.
You could just leave her alone and let her be. Is that what you could do?
I'll explain to you.
I'm listening. I'm all ears.
Why I don't have a tag on my car.
Okay, well, that's all you had to say that from Jump Street, and we wouldn't have this problem.
No. I'm still waiting for you to identify yourself.
Get what you got to get.
Okay.
I've identified myself.
Now, this is who I am.
Okay.
You can read that. The owner of this vehicle.
You are Miss Gaines. Okay. Do you have a Maryland? Or is this vehicle registered in Maryland? Do you have a license?
Listen, it was.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I'm in the middle of suing you guys.
Okay.
In ECI, and they came and took my tags off of my car. My car was properly insured.
Who's ECI?
That's a Eastern Correctional Institution. Okay. I'm in the middle of actually. Still has my car keys. Why is he? You know they're talking about stealing my vehicle. Did he give me mine? I need to have my information.
I'm still using it.
For what? You said you already read my information.
I gotta write your ticket.
You don't have to write me any tickets. I won't be signing anything.
You don't have to sign. They're all
Okay, you have my information pulled up. I would like to have my ID and my card and stuff.
I will give it back to you.
And also my car keys.
Ma'am, step back in the car. We'll give it to you when we're ready, all right?
Okay, well, how long would that be?
Waiting for the tow truck. So 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
If you get the kids out of the car, if you do all the
Oh, no, I'm not. You won't be touching me or my children. No, they know not to give them to me, too, because I pull right off on their asses.
This was being nice.
Mm-hmm. Me, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to show this.
Eventually, I'm not going to tell you what happens.
These bitches gonna see a fight today. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. They gonna have to kill me.
They do kill you.
Hey, Cody. They tell you get out this car or take your seatbelt off. You do not get out this car. Do you understand? Yes. You better fight they asses. Fight them. Do you hear me? Yes. I'm not.
All right, man. Here's your citations. Okay.
You can keep them.
I can't keep them. I have to give them to you.
No, I won't be accepting those.
All right.
You
don't have to sign them. It doesn't mean you're guilty. It means,
okay.
Okay.
I don't want them.
Okay, but I have to give them to you. Citation so you can read it at a later date.
I just want my information.
Here's your license back, and here's your.
Thank you. And where are my car keys?
We're waiting for the tow. Okay. So I would right now get all your stuff out. Okay.
Okay, where are my car keys?
We have to give them to the tow truck driver. We'll take the car key off and give you the rest of the keys. Okay.
I want my car keys now. Okay, that's fine.
So what if you don't get out when the tow truck driver gets there? You'll be placed under arrest. Okay.
Okay.
And what do you
listen, you're not gonna kidnap me, so get ready for what you can go ahead. Listen, you're not gonna kidnap me. I've never been arrested. I'm not committing a crime. There is no victim here. So when the first chance you put your hands on me, I promise you I will own your ass in that department over there. I promise you that.
What does that mean?
I promise you.
What does that mean?
I promise you that.
Right.
The first time you lay a first time.
What about the second time?
You won't. I'll be. Listen.
Honestly, I'm giving you all these chances. Why are you acting?
A chance to do what?
To get out of your car with your children.
Sir, you're trying to steal my car, and you're telling me that if I don't get out my car, that you're going to kidnap me, and probably planning on kidnapping my kids too.
And put them in a foster home where they would be better off with the mother. She just doesn't agree with the driver's license and registration scam that the states have put in place to be able to pull us over for no reason. When we've committed no crime, we didn't follow what the state has demanded that's unconstitutional on its face, but they pushed through the Supreme Court. Let me explain. So anything that the legislators can't legislate, because the 1915 case of Hendricks versus Maryland, that is the case that gives each and every state the right to create a Department of Motorized Vehicles. 1915 Hendricks versus Maryland. That's what allows each state to create a Department of Motorized Vehicles. Now, they had been trying to create this, to legislate this for years. But the people said no, because the cars are going to come out in 1900. By the time you get to when's the first Model T Ford? I don't want to get lost on it. But the legislators had been talking about trying to get a way to make it where they could fine and fee the people for having a car. It wasn't happening. The people were saying, we're not going to have you legislators do that. And back then, it was more face-to-face thing. There was no phones. There was no email. There was no way to correspond with one another back in 1915. So from 1908, I think it's 1908 or so, there is it 1910? Is that what it was? So about 1910, the legislators, the people who we elect in government, they're trying to make it so they can charge fees or fines for your car. They're trying to do this. The people are actively telling the legislators, you're not going to do that. And they're walking in with their guns on their belt and saying, we ain't paying no fees. So what do? Everything the legislators can't get done, they work hand in hand with this group called the Supreme Court that's in charge of our constitutional rights, an unelected body of black robe tyrants. Doesn't matter if it's woman, man, conservative, or liberal, they're going to go against you and me. The 1915 case allows each state to create a DMV and do what? Make you pay a fee based on the horsepower of your car. Make you get a driver's license. So then, of course, a bureaucracy has to be set up, and that bureaucracy today is called the Department of Motorized Vehicles. If you haven't noticed, you cannot film inside of this publicly funded Department of Motorized Vehicles, as we saw from Riot Girl Radio, where she got arrested on the sidewalk for filming in front of a Department of Motorized Vehicles. Anything the legislators can't get done, they then talk to the Supreme Court. Oh, they never collude. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't think that Lyndon Johnson was colluding with Earl Warren. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't think that John F. Kennedy was not colluding with Earl Warren. Of course they were. Of course. So ridiculously stupid. So ridiculously stupid.
It's not going to happen.
Does that even make sense to you?
Listen.
Does that make
If
any
you
sense?
plan on shooting somebody today, you can get your wish. When you put your hands on me, I promise you, you will
Okay,
have to murder me. You will have to murder me.
They're
So
gonna
go ahead
murder
and
you.
get ready to do that. You will have to kill me. I promise you. I'll give you this camera, and I want you to make sure you record all of this. Okay? They're going to try to fight me. Do you understand? And I want you to record every part. Do you understand?
It was 1908. Okay.
Don't be afraid.
Okay, it was 1908. Thank you. Remember, I got a lot of things running and rolling up in my head. So Life Under the Microscope said 1908, the real winner was the Stenzitz Model T all electric. Funny how it took 100 years to get electric back then. That's right. That's right. And then anybody else do the research on this real quick? I believe it was 1908 when the big push to try to get fines and fees and regulatory government around you being able to travel in a car. So that's when it began.
And these are 3 male officers for one.
Absolutely not. If there's a home invasion, you're going to be dead before the cops get there. I hope you got a gun like I do.
Female. 3 of them.
Ma'am, are you going to get out?
I will not be getting out here, Cody.
Okay. So let me be more specific. In the year 2004, in Los Angeles, California, for the commenter here, somebody actually broke into my apartment building. It was an apartment building. It was a 4-plex, I think it was. We had 4 or 8 apartments in this building. And we heard the glass break to the garage, the parking garage. And we could see from the window that the door and the window had been broken and someone had broken into the parking garage. So my girlfriend at the time, named Angela, we called the police. But I said, Angela, she called the police. And I said, Angela, let me just go down there and handle it. So I picked up my baseball bat and I walked down to the parking garage. If someone's going to break into my car in my parking garage, I'm going to beat the shit out of them. Because back then I was fighting MMA 5 days a week. So I went down to the parking garage to see if there was anybody in there. I could see that the window had been broken. And when I went down, of course, I'm screaming, I'm coming down there. I'm coming down there and I got a bat. I'm coming down, right? I don't want to have the confrontation, but I'm hollering in the stairwell as I go down to the parking garage. When I get down the parking garage, the lights are off. They've turned the lights off. There's a switch right on the wall. You can turn the lights on and off. So I bring my clicker, I click my clicker, and the garage door opens and the lights come on. So then I'm like, okay, cool. Now I look around the garage. I don't see anybody. So I'm like, great. So then my girlfriend has already called the cops, but I'm downstairs for like 10 or 15 minutes. I search around. I go searching around every car, and around every car before I go around the car, I I kind of sneak around. You know, I don't want to get shot or jumped by 2 or 3 guys. I got the little tiny baseball bat in my hand, and then I'm going around the car and there's nobody there. And then I'm going around the car and there's nobody there, right? This takes about 10 minutes maybe. Then I go outside of my building where the window's been broken, and I go around the perimeter of my building, and it's dark out, and I'm screaming, "Where are you, motherfucker? Where are you? You want to break into my building? Kill your ass," right? I'm going off like I should, because I don't want this guy. I should have had a gun, but I was in LA. So then I go upstairs back to my apartment, and I've got the baseball bat in my hand. I go up the stairs to my apartment. I don't take the elevator. I go up the stairways. And when I get to the top of the stairway, the elevator door goes ding and opens. Copper walks out the door, turns and faces me. I got the baseball bat in my hand. He pulls out his gun and says, "Freeze, motherfucker. I'm going to blow your head off." And I said, "I called you." I dropped the baseball. "I called you." My girlfriend comes out the door. She's right there. The elevator's here. I'm here up the stairway. My girlfriend's over here. My girlfriend comes out. She's screaming, "We called you. That's my boyfriend. I'm screaming, "I called you." He's still got the gun at me. He's still screaming at me, still screaming at me. And then what happens is, he makes me get on the ground, and my girlfriend's going, "What are you?" She's shrieking at the top of her lungs. "What are you doing? He called you." I said, "I didn't call you. She called you. I'm looking for the guy that broke into my building." So they go to put me in cuffs, and as soon as there's 2 of them, as soon as I'm like this on the ground, I'm laid out, but I'm not all the way down. I'm sitting in like a wrestler's position where you go on your forearms, and they go to put my hands behind my back. I said, "No, you're not putting my hands behind my back." They punch me, whack, right in the face. And one punches me, boom, right in the face. Left, right in my face. My girlfriend is now screaming and crying, "Why are you beating him?" And I'm going, "You fucking pigs, you fucking pigs." I'm bleeding out my face, and the cops like dropping elbows and knees into me. And I'm going, "What the fuck are you doing, guys? My girlfriend called you. Someone broke into my building. I went down there with a baseball bat." They put me in torture cuffs on my belly, and my girlfriend's screaming. My girlfriend finally calls. At the time, my girlfriend was this really, she was from a very successful family. She calls her dad on the phone, and her dad on speakerphone says, "My name is so-and-so, and if you don't get her boyfriend out of cuffs, I will hire the best lawyer and attorney, and I will sue your asses," and blah, blah, blah. They leave me in those torture cuffs for 15 minutes while they're investigating. They want to come into my apartment. I said, "You're not going to my apartment." "Well, you need to prove you live here." I said, "No, I don't." At this time, though, now the neighbors in the other units are coming out. It's only an 8-plex, four units on top, 4 units on the bottom. And so the other neighbors in the other apartments come out and say, "What is going on?" They say, "That's Chille. He lives here." Cops leave me in torture cuffs. So would I call if there was a home invasion? Absolutely not. I'll get my gun first. And if I can't handle it myself, then I'll call a friend. But I definitely wouldn't call the cops, because if I call the cops and I got my gun, they'll kill me. So that's what happened to me in 2004. My face, black eye, busted lip. I had to walk around like that for 4 weeks. My eye was puffed up. My lip was busted open. I filed a complaint on the cops. Nothing happened. I mean, I literally bellied out on the ground, but I was up on my haunches, on my elbows like this. And my girlfriend's screaming, "He lives here. I called you." I'm saying, "She called you. I was looking for the guy who broke in." And then they said, "Put your arms behind your back." And I said, "No." And I locked my arms out. They just started wailing on me. First punch hit me. Second punch hit me. Third punch, I covered up. Now, do you understand why I'm the way I am? Do you understand why I hate these pigs? You get it?
Ma'am, are you going to get out?
I will not be getting out here, Cody.
Hello. You know it's not that bad. It's just an uninsured vehicle. You know that, right?
It wasn't an uninsured vehicle.
You know the whole sovereign citizen and your tag's not a legit tag in any state.
Sir, this is what I explained to him. I'm in the middle of suing the government. The government actually came and took my tags off of my car. My car was properly insured.
Wow, did you hear that? They came and took her tags.
My car was up to date with everything.
Okay.
And I have pictures of that as well. They left an MVA note, and they also left a a case number that never showed up in the system when I called. Okay, I understand exactly the system when I called. Okay, I understand exactly what's going on here. And like I told them, he even admitted on camera that he has seen my car before. So they have been working on this day for a minute now. They know exactly where I live at. I'm not sure if they know what they're doing. And they will have to kill me today.
No, nobody wants to.
They will have to. They will have to in front of my children and everything. That's jail, right? Listen, and they will not kidnap. They're not going to steal my vehicle, and they're not going to kidnap me the way they think that they are. They're going to have to kill me today, and it's something that they're not going to anticipate, but they will. That is exactly what you guys want to do.
No, we won't. You realize you're going to jail here soon, right?
Listen, I've never been to jail, and I never will go. You guys will take me away from here in a body bag. Do you look at me in my eyes? You guys are going to take me away from here in a body bag. I promise you.
Okay, man. We'll see.
I promise you, you will.
She's right. They do kill her.
Does she live in character? The one with the fake tag? No.
If you guys think that you're gonna kidnap me willingly, shit, you crazy.
I'm crazy.
I'm not getting out.
What do you want us to do with your children? You know we're going to send them to a social worker, right?
Okay.
Can you comprehend that?
Listen, my daughter breastfeeds. My son is it's okay.
That's why hospitals and social
it's okay.
services-
Right, all right, that's fine. I have family that will take care of them, and I have family that know who I am, and I already warned them about this day. Okay? I'm not afraid of y'all. I don't know what the fuck y'all don't get. I'm not scared of y'all.
We're not asking you to be scared. We just want
And I'm not complying to y'all criminal fucking ways. I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, we'll see.
We are gonna see.
Ego.
You see these fucking rebels back here live on forever, my nigga. Forever. All right, shit.
I'm agreeing with you. What else do you want to have from me?
To get away from my car. That's what I want you to do, to get the fuck away from my car. And find something fucking better else to do.
I'm not the one driving.
Ain't no victim here, and there's no fucking crime going on.
It is a crime.
It is not a crime. That's bullshit. It's all for y'all to get money, and I don't participate in the shit. And y'all not gonna get a fucking dime out me. I'ma sue the shit out of y'all though, and y'all gonna pay for this shit. And y'all gonna pay my kids for the rest of their fucking life for this shit.
I hope so.
I hope so too. While y'all fucking burn in hell. All y'all fucking pigs.
I understand how you feel.
Yeah, get all that.
You can take it. You can take the cell phone. I would take it and let ICT pull it all off. Basically self-incriminating yourself.
No, you guys are self-incriminating yourselves. Nobody has presented a delegation of authority order. He don't even know what the fuck it is. So who the fuck are y'all? A bunch of fucking gang members plotting on a fucking woman. But whoever sent y'all is.
So remember, this was on Instagram in 15-second bits. So the reason you're seeing it jump around is because Carlos Miller over at Photography Is Not a Crime right here, he put this together in 15-second bits.
Give me a hug, baby. I love you. Hey, mama. Hey.
Babe, do you want to get out of the vehicle?
Give me a kiss.
You get your children out?
Mommy, love you. Cry.
Before we see what's going to go down here at 12 minutes and 13 seconds, help me build up a Twitter account. So if YouTube comes and deletes my account, get over here to my Twitter. I'll drop the link down in the chat. And now we're going to go back to watching what they end up doing to Karina. We're at 12 minutes and 13 seconds, I said. So it's here.
All y'all fucking pigs. No, you guys are self-incriminating yourselves. Nobody has presented a delegation of authority order. He don't even know what the fuck it is. So who the fuck are y'all? A bunch of fucking gang members plotting on a fucking woman. But whoever sent y'all is. Give me a hug, baby.
This is it.
I love you.
You're gonna kill her.
Hey, mama. Hey.
Ma'am, do you want to get out of the vehicle?
Give me a kiss.
You get your children out?
Mommy, love you. Cry. Stop crying.
We have to get you out of this car.
Don't cry. Stop crying.
She's saying goodbye because she
Hey,
knows they're
look at
gonna
me.
kill her.
What are you afraid of? Remember what I told you? Stop crying. Can you shut her door? Don't. What did I just tell you?
Don't cry.
Don't cry, and you better fight. Y'all need to get away from them. You come up here with me.
She's grabbing the baby. Come on, stop. All right.
Sir,
Stop.
don't
I don't want her
put
to
your
take the baby.
hands on me.
You're not touching the baby, all right? She's a good hand. Stop.
This is my child. Get off of her. Come up here, son.
Okay.
No, don't move from that seat.
Hey,
Stay there.
did you hear what I said? Get up here with mommy.
Hey, buddy.
Sit right here with mommy. Don't be afraid. You see what they do to us, right? You fight them.
Okay.
They are not for us.
She's right. They're not for us. They're for their own team.
They want to kill us. And you never, ever back down from them.
We don't want to kill you. We're your
Yes, you
friends.
do.
We're here.
Yes, you do. Put a one in the chat. Cops want to kill you.
Do you believe that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
He's seen videos of you shooting people that look like his father and shit. So don't even talk to him. And it's not funny. It's really not funny.
The way you're raising your children.
It's really not funny.
Oh, you mean the way she's raising her children to be defiant against a state that does not care about us, that still uses the same slave cuffs and torture cuffs they created from the 1638 Delaware colony? Is that what you're talking about? If you guys Google the Delaware colony, you'll learn a few things. Delaware didn't even want to join us. They were like, we're not going to join you. We have a good thing going here.
It's really not funny. Oh, to go against the fucking law that wants to kill? Of course I won't raise no submissive ass fucking children. Absolutely not. I don't have to lie to him. I can pull a video up for him right now of you killing people for no fucking reason. People that look like his uncle, his brother, his sister, his anybody.
You just don't realize what you're talking about.
Right. You keep recording. Oh, listen, ain't even a crime being committed. Oh, yeah, y'all came to kill some shit today. But it's okay, because I've been waiting for
You
it.
still have a chance to
I've
get
been
out of
waiting
your
for
car.
this.
You still have a chance to get out of your car,
I've been
man, with your
waiting for
children. And walk
Why
out.
would I get out of my car? Why would I allow y'all to steal my car? Why?
Ma'am, you still have a chance to get out of your vehicle and walk home with your children. It's right. You live in Carricho, which is right there. I'm giving you that opportunity right now. Do you understand?
I'm giving you an opportunity to walk away
You don't have that.
and not
you don't
have
that option.
and not have a murder here in Churchill today.
I promise you that.
Oh, okay. Well, one of you will.
No, we won't.
I promise you will. Unless y'all got a horse tranquilizer out, which still won't work. And I promise
Ma'am,
you.
you can get out of your vehicle right
Okay.
now with your children. and
Yeah,
walk.
you wait on that.
Okay. I'm letting you know. You still have that option.
Okay. And you still hold it like that.
Okay.
And is this what we have government for? to arrest us for nothing, to she's committed no crime. She hasn't paid the state a fee for her registration and her driver's license. She has not committed or wronged another person. I just want to point out she's done nothing wrong to anybody. This is over a tag.
Sorry, that's where we're at.
Make sure you record everything.
And we to watch the baby, bro. Watch the baby.
Exactly. I'll put her down.
Here, come on, you had that option already.
The killing of Karine Gaines occurred August 1st, 2016 in Randallstown, Maryland, near Baltimore, resulting in the death of 23-year-old woman and shooting of her son, who survived. According to Baltimore County Police Department, Piggs sought to serve Gaines a warrant in relation to an earlier traffic violation, the one you just saw. She refused to vacate her vehicle or show her driver's license and resisted arrest. Immediately after the first officer entered into her house to serve a warrant, Gaines pointed a shotgun at him, prompting him to withdraw without shots being fired. The Baltimore County SWAT team responded with the standoff began. She recorded and live streamed to Facebook, where Gaines' friends told her to continue on. She is seen to have told her son that the police are coming to kill us. Upon her refusal to let them in, police got a key from the rental office but found the chain lock blocked the entry. An officer then kicked in the door. Police say Gaines pointed a shotgun at an officer, telling him to leave. Upon the police request, Facebook deactivated Gaines' Facebook and Instagram accounts, leading to criticism of the company involvement in the incident. In 2018, a jury awarded Gaines' family $38 million in damaging after finding that the first shot fired by Royce Ruby and killing Gaines was not reasonable and thus violated their civil rights. The verdict was overturned in 2019 by pig sucker Mickey Norman, who ruled that the physical evidence suggested Gaines was raising her weapon when shot, that thus posing a threat to Ruby and his team of pigs. Judge Norman described the Ruby's actions of objectively reasonable. Judge Norman described Ruby's actions, the killer, Royce Ruby, as objectively reasonable. In 2020, a court of appeals reinstated the $38 million reward. So this pig sucker right here, let's look this guy up just real quick. Let's look up this pig sucker just real fast here. Retired in August 15th of 2020. And when did the Court of Appeals award it? In July of 2020. So July, August. As soon as the Court of Appeals reinstated the award, then Judge Mickey, you can look it up, Judge Mickey Norman, pig sucker that he is, he resigned. He retired. We know the background. March incident, we just saw it. Shooting. So now let's see something real quick. Let's see if we can get, so we know what happened here. They murdered her. No charges against the pigs. Karine Gaines' son described the shooting. Can we see any of the live stream? Let me see. Newly reviews shows interactions with the pigs. We know that. We already saw that. But does it show the actual standoff? There it is.
And from screaming
my proof of insurance, my registration,
to calm,
the devil at my door, and he's refusing to leave.
Did you hear what she just said? Listen carefully.
Leave. And he's refusing to leave. I'm at peace. I'm in.
With the devil at my door.
Screaming.
That's my proof of insurance. My register.
From screaming.
That's my proof of insurance.
Here's my proof of insurance.
My registration.
To calm.
The devil at my door.
With the devil at my door. Is that a shocker? What do we say on this channel? That these cops are demons. Absolute and total demons. Let's watch a little bit more of this, and we're got another video to go to here.
And he's refusing to leave.
And what's this over? Over her not having a tag on her license plate? No, it's about total government control.
I'm at peace. I'm in my home. I ain't trying to hurt nobody.
And at one point seeking clarification from police.
They have taken half of my family out of my home, and it's me and my son in here, and I'm not sure what is going on past that.
Karine Gaines recorded these videos during August's standoff with Baltimore County Police.
And then Facebook ended her live stream so we couldn't see what really happened, and we never will get to see what really happened.
Gaines' boyfriend and her daughter left the apartment shortly after officers showed up, but she and her son
Look at that. Look at that.
and her daughter left the apartment shortly after officers.
What a load of shit. What is that bullshit right there? Seriously, what a load of shit. Why are they, why do we have, the police have this machine? Why? Let me tell you something. When I'm governor, all you pigs are losing all that machinery. It's all going. Your uniforms are going to white and yellow. I'm getting rid of your guns, getting rid of your tasers. There'll be specific teams strategically located throughout the city to get to places where we have to go hands-on. We will abolish Terry versus Ohio. You can't approach anybody unless there's probable cause. We'll have a camera system that shows 360 that they can never turn off. Change is here. We're in the digital era. We don't need this shit anymore in our country. This is the problem in America right now. Right there. You're looking at it. Allowing pigs to have that means they want to use it. That's the problem.
Officers showed up, but she and her son stayed inside for hours.
I'm just doing what I need to do to protect myself and my child.
Lawyers for Gaines' estate have lodged allegations claiming police refused to de-escalate the situation.
Young lady, you got your whole life ahead of you. You got a beautiful baby.
So then why don't you leave, pig? Why don't you just leave her alone?
You and I are going to talk until we come to an agreement. We bring everybody else safe.
Or you could have just left.
Civil suit also claims Gaines told police she would leave the apartment if they put down their weapons, and that officers grew frustrated waiting and fired first with no regard for Gaines or her son's life.
But you know, and I know that this ain't right.
It's not.
That's right. This should have went down this way, shouldn't it?
No.
Right, but she's talking about you shouldn't be at her house over a tag on her car. You shouldn't be at her house over a tag on her car. They went there and they murdered her over a tag on a car. We got to fight back harder than we're doing now.
Officer Ruby, who fired the fatal shots, has been cleared.
Pig Ruby. Put it in the comment section. Pig Ruby.
Officer Ruby.
Pig Ruby.
Ruby, who fired the fatal shots, has been cleared of any criminal liability. In the Baltimore County Police report, Officer Ruby...
Stop right there. Stop right there. The pig was cleared of any criminal liability? Why is that? He went there. He shot first. She didn't want to come out. She wanted to be left alone. There was no crime, no restitution due, no injured party, no property damaged. They murdered her over their egos. And you wonder why I call you pigs demons. You're a brown shirt Nazi pig. The public has no respect for you. And the ones that do, they're only afraid of you. Most of us can't stand you pigs. Put a 1 in the chat if that's a fact. Can't stand you pigs. Literally cannot stand you. This is the reason why we can't stand you. People say to me, Chille, why are you so mean to pigs when they give you directives? Because you're not my daddy, pig. I'm your boss. You're the public servant. I'm above the line. You're below the line. Imagine a glass table in an imaginary world. People underneath the table are upholding the people on top of the table. Those are the public servants whose job it is to uphold our civil liberties, not to go to our house and shoot us over a tag, not to bring an MRAP there. You're bringing an MRAP? You're so scared you need an MRAP? That's the judge, retired August 2020. So he's a third judicial circuit judge. This when we see a picture of this pig sucker. Oh, there's no picture of the pig sucker. What's the biggest problem in our country? Judges are. We've given them qualified immunity and they're sovereign citizens sitting on the bench. They can't be held accountable. If a judge puts you in prison for 20 years wrongfully, nothing happens to him. That has to change. The judges in this country are the biggest problem we're facing. The judges protect the cops. The judges blindly sign off on warrants. The judges in this country are a problem. We have a huge problem. I'm going to run for governor and I'm going to win. I'm going to change so many things from the top down. It's going to spin heads. Then I'm going to need protection. They're going to try to kill me. Then. I get a lot of death threats now. So be it. So be it. How do the cops feel about who they are? What do the cops think? What kind of people what kind of people are cops?
I can go 90 miles an hour. You can't. You can't do that. So get the out of the way.
A Washington state police officer is suspended after posting a controversial video to TikTok.
If us officers stay behind you long enough, we can find a reason to pull you over. So you might as well get the out of the way.
The since deleted TikTok was created.
Boy, she really thinks she's something, doesn't she? She really thinks she's special, doesn't she?
By Federal Way police officer Brianna Strauss.
That's in Washington. Brianna Strauss, Straus. Brianna Strauss. We're going to Google her in a second.
Who said it was a public service announcement for other drivers.
PSA to everyone out there. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm probably speaking for a large majority of other officers out there.
Oh, you are, honey. You are. Put a 1 in the chat if she's speaking for a large majority of other officers out there. Do me a favor. If you believe Brianna Strauss is speaking for all the cops, then go ahead and put a 1 in the chat. If you think that what she's saying right now is how all the pigs feel, put a 1 in the chat right now. Let's listen to it again. Let me roll it back.
Who said it was a public service announcement for other drivers.
PSA to everyone out there. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm probably speaking for a large majority of other officers out there.
Oh, you are for sure, Brianna. We know you are.
If we're driving on the freeway in our police car, get the out of the way.
Oh, really? So what she's saying is I'm speaking for myself, but I'm probably speaking for the majority of pigs. If you see us on the road, get the fuck out of our way. That's what she just said. That's what she just
Strauss. Who's there? I'm speaking for myself, but I'm probably speaking for a large majority of other officers out there. If we're driving on the freeway in our police car, get the out of the way. Get the out of the way.
Wow.
In the 38-second clip.
Wow. Wow. I'm talking, you are a jackboot thug pig. I'm going to Google your name in a second and see if you're still a pig. And if there's any activists or auditors in Federal Way, Washington, chase this pig down with your camera and ask her, are you speaking for a lot of officers? Is that how pigs feel? That we need to get the fuck out of the way? Is that what you're saying, Brianna? Oh, I'm sorry, Breonna Taylor. Wow. This is just infuriating. I've already seen this a long time ago, but it's infuriating to hear it.
Majority of other officers out there. If we're driving on the freeway in our police car.
Let me go to the beginning.
Police officer Brianna Strauss, who said it was a public service announcement for other drivers.
PSA to everyone out there. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm probably speaking for a large majority of other officers out there. If we're driving on the freeway in our police car, get the out of the way. Get the out of the way.
In the 38-second clip, Strauss tells the viewers, quote, "I can go 90 miles per hour. You can't." She also says officers will find a way to pull someone over.
If us officers stay behind you long enough, we can find a reason to pull you over. So you might as well get the out of the way.
While the video was removed from TikTok, it made waves across the internet when a Reddit user posted a screen recording of the video.
If you merge and we follow behind you and we merge too, you're probably in trouble. The best way to find that out is get the out of the way.
In a statement to local media, the Federal Way Police Department said in part, quote, "We have viewed the social media video posted by Officer Strauss and can assure you that it does not represent the core values and practices of our police department." Strauss later received a 10-hour suspension without pay. Police say that's equal to one shift. For the latest developments in this story and all things
Oh, man. So she goes on. So put a 1 in the chat if you think this is how all the cops feel. She said it. If we merge and you merge, get the fuck out of the way. Who in the world does this woman think she is? But let me just tell you who she thinks she is. She thinks she's a sovereign citizen and that she's better than you. Every pig I talk to, don't they come off with this air of arrogance that they're better than me? It's so preposterously stupid. She said it. That's how she feels. That's the realness right there. That's how she feels. And that's how most of these pigs feel. That you have to get the fuck out of the way. Just disgusting. You are a disgusting jackboot thug pig. You really are, lady. You are a disgusting jackboot thug pig. That's some of the worst. That's kind of, wow. I can't believe I haven't shown that in so long. I don't think I've ever shown it on this channel.
The strain.
1 second here. So everybody, let's reset for a second. Oh, what's going on out there in the land of the unfree America? This is why we're not free. This is why we're not free. Before I watch this video, let's go Brianna Strauss, Straus. How about this? Is Brianna Strauss still a cop? Ohio officer who claims she can drive 90 sparks new criticism after only getting 1 shift suspension. She should have been fired. She should have been fired.
The strain of being a frontline worker was caught on tape when a state trooper pulled over a motorist. It all started with...
do you hear the state-run media? So look at this beautiful blonde here, okay? And now listen to the state-run media bullshit. Listen to how the state-run media shields and protects the pig who's the tyrannical demon in our society. Listen.
The strain of being a frontline worker was caught...
The strain of being a frontline worker. Ronald Reagan said we should abolish the warrant requirement. It's really going to do a lot for the boys on the front line. Ronald Reagan said that. Everybody likes to quote Reagan. To me, Ronald Reagan is among the bottom of the worst presidents in U.S. history. I know what he did. I've done the research on him. You haven't. If you still quote Reagan as though he's some sort of hero of freedom, he literally tried to abolish the entire Fourth Amendment and get rid of the warrant requirement.
Caught on tape when a state trooper pulled over a motorist.
The strain
The strain of being a frontline worker was caught on tape.
The strain of being a frontline worker was caught on tape. The strain, the poor strain for the copper. The poor strain for the copper caught on tape.
when a state trooper pulled over a motorist. It all started when the motorist gestured at the trooper, and the tirade that resulted was captured on the driver's cell phone.
Step out! I have a car! Step out! All right!
It's the meltdown that's landing this state trooper nearing retirement in hot water.
I got 14 months. I can't wait to be done.
The tirade erupted when a motorist in New Haven, Connecticut was pulled over for speeding after giving the trooper the bird. The driver says he didn't realize it was a trooper in an unmarked car.
Can I just ask you why you're riding their butt like that and speeding, man?
When the trooper tells the driver to get out of the car, things really get heated.
Everyone's got something to say.
The trooper says he was pursuing a speeding trucker.
I was driving along. I was going to head to a simple citation that I give, but no. You got to be...
This is how he deals with an ashtray he suspects contains medical marijuana.
Mind your own business and be on your way.
The driver later posted this video.
That police officer had no reason to do what he did. He was acting like a loose cannon.
The state police are calling the trooper's rant disturbing.
Listen, this is the best part of the rant right here. This is the best part.
I was driving along. I was going to head to a simple citation that I give, but no. You got to
Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's, I mean, for my editors who are watching this, clip this and just loop this a couple times. Just loop this a couple times.
Say!
Things really get heated.
Everyone's got something to say.
Everyone's got something to say. Everyone's got something fucking to say.
Or things really get heated.
Everyone's got something to say.
Yeah, because you guys follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that are brutal, inhumane, and barbaric. You follow a set of protocols where you kick down the door of a 23-year-old girl for simply not having tags on her car, and you pigs murder her. We all have something to say now, pig. We're all connected now. 750 people here. We're all connected. We can all see what you pigs do. We all have a story. Who's got a story similar to mine where you called the cops for help and they beat you up? When your neighbors and your girlfriend are screaming, he lives here. He lives here. How many people? Put a 1 in the chat if you have a similar story like that. The cops were screaming. The neighbors, my girlfriend were screaming, he lives here. We called you. And they're punching me and putting me in torture cuffs after they established from the 2 other neighbors who came out, plus my girlfriend out of my apartment, he lives here. They leave me in the torture cuffs for 15 minutes because they were afraid if they took me out of the cuffs, what would actually happen to them. This pig. Let's watch this pig again. I can just laugh at this all day. All day.
Why you're riding their butt like that and speeding, man?
When the trooper tells the driver to get out of the car, things really get heated.
Everyone's got something to say.
The trooper says he was pursuing a speeding trucker.
I was driving along. I was going to head to a simple citation that I give, but no. You got to be...
This is how he deals with an ashtray he suspects contains medical marijuana.
Mind your own business and be on your way.
The driver later posted. The trooper says he was pursuing a speeding trucker.
I was driving along. I was going to head to a simple citation that I give, but no. You got to be...
This is how he deals with an ashtray he suspects contains medical marijuana.
Say.
Really get heated.
Everyone's got something to say.
The trooper says he was pursuing a speeding trucker.
I was driving along. I was going to head to a simple citation that I give, but no. You got to be...
This is how he deals with an ashtray he suspects contains medical marijuana.
Mind your own business and be on your way.
The driver later posted this video.
That police officer had no reason to do what he did. He was acting like a loose cannon.
The state police are calling the trooper's rant disturbing.
Step out. I have a card. Step out.
The incident ended without the driver being ticketed. The department says an internal affairs investigation has been initiated.
Oh, what do we know about internal affairs? What do we know about internal affairs? I think I still have it right here. I do. The 1994 Mullen Commission. She said that Internal Affairs has launched an investigation. Well, what exactly does that mean? In the Mullen report right here, it's available on deletelaws.com 100% for free. While you're picking up your trifold, remember today's special. You get a trifold. I also give you a pair of cop cards for free. Then you put in your notes who your brother, sister, cousin, lover is that you want me to send a trifold to them. I send them a trifold for free as well. That's today's deal. It's not every day I do that deal. While you're getting your trifold, you can get a copy of the Mullen Commission available on my website for free. And what does it say about internal affairs in here? What does it say? Performance evaluations. Instead of calling it quotas, they changed it to performance evaluations. Can you guys see that? It's performance evaluations now. It's no longer quotas. Now it's performance evaluations. What does it say specifically about internal affairs? You can get it all from the table of contents. I show it all the time. Internal affairs is inept. Internal affairs, cops committing theft, cops committing drug deals, cop committing shakedowns, cops protecting and assisting narcotics dealers, the code of silence, us versus them, ineffective field supervision, the chain of command accountability, the collapse of department corruption controls is what it says right here in the Mullen Commission. I didn't write this. This was led by Milton Mullen, who was a federal judge, and then these other judges and prosecutors. And guess what they did? They gave, so to have an effective commission, you have to have two of three things. You have to have subpoena power, you have to have arresting power, and you have to have the power to offer immunity for crimes. Those are the three ways that a commission will be effective. If you can't subpoena them, if you can't arrest them, if you can't offer them immunity, then your commission will have zero effect. You understand that? You have to understand how the nuts and bolts of government work. That's why I'm running for governor, and that's why I'll win. Right now, the numbers here are still small. There's something in the works that will jack these numbers up to the millions in this year and the year 2025. It's happening right now behind the scenes. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's coming. What did I tell you last year? I said we're going to jump by hundreds of thousands of subscribers toward the end of the year and the beginning of next year, and we did. Because more and more people are becoming aware. I don't know, Jessica, I think, just so you know, I think I figured it out. So if you guys want to know about so watch this. If I do this, watch what happens on the screen. Okay. Now watch this. Wait, where's the balloons? Where's the balloons? It was working with the three fingers. Okay. Sorry about that. I was having a good time. That video was just gold. This video here, again, by Inside Edition, I really enjoy. I don't like the cop sucking cover-up stuff, but...
Good afternoon, ma'am. Your license, your registration, and proof of insurance. There's my badge. Good afternoon, ma'am. Your license, your registration, and proof of insurance. There's my badge. There's my badge.
The aggressive driving unit in Palm Beach County, Florida, ticketed a woman for going 51 miles per hour in a 20-mile-an-hour school zone. After she was pulled over for allegedly speeding, this is the shocking thing she said after the sheriff's deputy issued her a ticket.
You are being cited for speeding. Drive safe.
Don't let you people get shot. You're absolute asshole.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Sheriff.
I mean, do you agree with her?
He issued her a ticket.
You are being cited for speeding. Drive safe.
No wonder you people get shot. You're absolute.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Sheriff Rick Bradshaw told the Palm Beach Post that it wasn't a confrontation and that the deputy was someone trying to help the children in the school zone. The woman continued to speak out to the officer.
Ma'am, I said you don't understand why
I'm not a man.
Well, I'm being
Why
polite.
are you in an unmarked car?
Okay, because I'm a part of the aggressive driver unit.
Do you have the power to do that?
Yes, I do.
Well, you're a double.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
It's remarkable to see how the officer remained polite to the woman, even as she
Oh, shut your pig sucking mouth. Shut your pig sucking mouth. How the officer was polite. He pulled her over and they even validated and qualified it. She was doing 50 miles an hour in a 20 mile an hour school zone. How ridiculously stupid. They have created ways to pull you over for anything. If there was a kid coming out in the road, she could have stopped. Don't think I buy into all the bullshit. I don't. What a bunch of shit. And listen to the state-run media reporter.
The power to do that?
Yes, I do.
Well, you're a double.
Well, you're a double asshole, she said.
Thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
It's remarkable to see how the officer remained polite to the woman.
What are you talking about? It's remarkable. What the hell are you talking about? We have a First Amendment right to say whatever the hell we want. What are you talking about? It's listed right here. The 1971 case of Cohen versus California. I'll use any words I want, state-run media reporter. How about that? 1987, Houston versus Hill. I curse out cops. Expressive disorder is expected in a society dedicated to individual liberty and freedom. What are you talking about? It's amazing how patient he remained. You're supposed to be able to take a little bit of pushback. If you sign up to be a pig, it's not about you being respected. It's about you upholding our rights. And if you don't uphold our rights, you're going to get disrespected. Disrespect these pigs. Walk right up to them on the street and say, you know what? You joined a Death Star and you are an evil demon. Walk right up to them. Walk right up to their face with your camera rolling and send me the video. You know, I watch a lot of YouTube. You joined an evil organization. Are you an evil demon? Just walk right up to them and ask them, send me the video. How many people will actually do it? Very few. Most people are afraid. I understand that. I want someone to walk right up to those pigs and say, you joined a Death Star. You must be an evil demon. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. So Jeebus Chris said something here that the Ironton situation helped a lot boost the subscribers. It wasn't the Ironton situation. It was the fact that I hired an editor full-time to sit and watch 100 hours of content and then trusted him creatively to carve out a storyline so that people could follow exactly what happened in Ironton, Ohio, what I did, what happened to you, Tim. And then that editor did that. We have it on a channel called American Patriot. Let me share that channel with you guys. If you guys have not seen American Patriot, truly you're missing out. It's now a lot of people didn't know what I was doing when I was there. Sorry about that. They thought, man, who's this guy? What does he think he's going to do? And what happened was, let me see if this is the one. American Patriot Forever. There it is right there. This is American Patriot Forever. If you guys have not seen this mini series that an editor and I have worked on for, this is March. We started working on this in October of last year. So now we are at episode, I just put the link down in the chat if you guys want to take a look at that. And we'll finish this video real quick.
Even as she disrespected.
Power to do that? Well, you're a double.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
It's remarkable to see how the officer remained polite to the woman, even as she disrespected him.
No wonder you people get shot. You're absolute.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Be sure to watch Inside Edition.
Does someone want to help out Max and let him know what OTVO is? So Max, Max must be new to the channel. Everybody, welcome Max, the Moto Mutt. It's a great username, Max. What does OTVO stand for? Can anybody tell him in the chat? Can anybody tell him? Oh, did you, Ryut? Ryut, send me a link, Ryut. Let me see. Ryahoot, send me a link, Ryahoot. Send me a link to an audit that you've done. I saw your first one or two when you were just getting your feet wet. I want to wait till you get to. You could drop a link in the chat. One of the moderators can go over to his. It stands for Overturn Terry versus Ohio. You're new to the channel. Thanks for watching. You should watch every single episode of American Patriot. I put the link in the chat right there for episode 17. If you watch every single episode of American Patriot, you'll know exactly what Terry versus Ohio is by the time it's done. But that is a really good series. It's a really good series. So if you want to watch it and find out exactly, I made that comment, not Sarah. Gotcha. So Raihoot Audit, let me know when you have something that's good, that is really put together, and I'll give you guys the very first beginning of American Patriot here. I'll show you the videos here. I'll show you just a 60-second intro to American Patriot here. This is the very beginning of the series when we very first launched it, and this is how we were going to launch it. This is just 1 minute long. This gives you an intro to American Patriot.
When the day comes that you made this decision, enough is enough. A lot of people ask me who I am. What makes me think I can change anything? Well, I'm an American. I love this country, and our rights are under siege.
Get on your knees, crawl forward, and if you don't, we'll kill you.
Our way of life under attack by our own government. We live in a total police state.
I want to thank them for coming to support me and to back me up.
So if you can, and you will, and you're able, then join me. I'm gonna need your help. I'm gonna need the help of every single American patriot.
A wad of cash and even exposes her cleavage, all in an alleged attempt to get out of a ticket. That officer is thankful the video backs up his story. Now the accused driver says she's fighting her arrest.
Local 10 News reporter Sanella Sabovic live in Northwest Miami-Dade with more. Good morning, Sanella.
Good, Nikki, and that officer definitely thankful.
Have you noticed the Miami-Dade reporters are smoking?
Traffic stop was caught on his police body camera. In that video, the driver, she appears irate, flashes a wad of cash at him, but that officer, he makes it perfectly clear that he wants nothing of what she has to offer.
Oh, it's so funny, right? So let me jump in here real quick. You know, they're so willing to cover when the pigs have done it even remotely correctly, which isn't always true. So look at the state-run media. They got a babe there. She's wearing a tank top. She looks great. Good to you, hun. You're keeping yourself in shape. You look good. Cool. But look at the story that they're covering. How many acts of police brutality happen in Miami Beach every day? How many cops violate the rights of citizens in America every single day? And yet she has the time to do a report on a cop who she resisted a woman's cleavage and her money. Yeah, you're on camera, jackboot thug pig. Of course you resisted it, as you should. Any man who gets caught up in lust is always going to fail from a position of power. Always. We've seen it time and time and time again. If you are a man and you get into a position of power or seek a position of power, they will send the sucky bus after you to ruin you. That's why I don't do it. I don't do it. I'll have nothing to do with it. No how, no way.
It began as a routine traffic stop along Northwest 79th Street and 27th Avenue.
What's that right there?
So she looks like a stripper. So the wad of cash she has may be from working that night.
A Miami-Dade officer's body camera is recording the entire encounter.
Yeah, you got your flashlight shooting down her cleavage.
The officer suspects the driver, identified as 26-year-old Margaret Garcia, is drunk. He then finds a stash of marijuana and asks for her driver's license.
Ma'am, that's money.
I know.
Why are you giving me money?
According to an arrest report, Garcia kept flaunting the cash and at one point even lowering her top, saying she will be going home.
Like, you want to check my register? Go ahead. I'm going home.
Have you been drinking?
No, what do you want? I just want to go home.
The officer, having enough, tells her to put the cash away and then searches her car, only to find more marijuana.
It's just all in that vehicle. I don't know what.
That's personal use. Come on, take me in. What? I smoke weed. What?
When asked for a response to the video posted by South Florida radio host Andy Slater, Garcia says that it's not true and that she hasn't even seen it. Miami-Dade police just recently started using body cameras, and the officer's glad his was on, capturing the entire incident.
I've never been so glad for these cameras in my life.
What a load of shit. What a load of shit. What happened before the camera? Can anybody tell me? What happened before every pig had a camera on? What happened? What do you guys think happened? What do you think happened? I think he got the girl and the money before there was a camera. I think that before the camera that he said, let's go over and talk about what happened here. Let me see that money. And then bad kitty. That's what I think. I mean, do you guys think that before the camera was that kitten getting spanked? It's a fair question. Do you think he was tapping that ass before there was a camera and taking the loot? What do you think? So did the camera change? And then he said, what? I've never been so thankful for the camera. I don't know about that. You guys ever see Bad Lieutenant? You guys ever see Bad Lieutenant with Nicolas Cage? Have you guys ever seen that? Bad Lieutenant with Nicolas Cage is one of the best films I've ever seen.
As you saw in the video, Garcia, she was arrested, cited for speeding. She's also facing marijuana and bribery charges.
Oh, facing Mary Jane charges? Maybe we should not charge people for Mary Jane. Maybe that'd be the better idea.
Charges Garcia says she will be fighting. Reporting live from Northwest Miami-Dade, Sanella Sabo.
Sanella, you're looking hot, babe. What's the 2.5 million views 5 years ago? You know why it's got 2.5 million views, right? Because they kept judiciously just pulling back to this shot here. That's why it has 5 million views. They kept pulling back to that shot. They showed this shot maybe 8 times during the broadcast. That's why it has 5 million views. That's why.
Good evening.
How you doing?
Good. I'm Deputy Chief of the Sheriff's Office. Stopped you because you driving tag or unregistered vehicle with no tag on it on the roadway.
Yeah, we went to the club. It was closed, so we went over and picked up some.
Is your camera on?
It is.
I'm the police chief in Tampa.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm hoping that you'll just let us go tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll say you. Now that you say you look familiar, so.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. She's not driving.
I'm sure I do.
Okay. All right, then we'll take care. And it was nice meeting you.
All right.
Oh, all right.
You ever need anything, call me.
Okay.
Serious.
Oh.
All right.
So there's a reason why I showed these in the order that I showed them. So in the first one we saw, thank God I have a body camera. She saved me. The body camera saved me. And then in this one, you see that the camera's on and the chief still believes that she can just give her badge and her card. And then what does she say?
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for yours.
Thank you.
So take care.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good night, folks. Good evening.
Hold on. Wait for it here.
Good. I'm Deputy Chief of the Sheriff's Office. Stopped you because you driving tag or unregistered vehicle with no tag on it on the roadway.
And look at her back there smiling, ready to jump in.
Yeah, we went to the club. It was closed, so we went over and picked up some.
Is your camera on?
It is.
I'm the police chief in Tampa.
Oh,
Oh, look at her. I'm entitled. I'm entitled.
Oh, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I'm hoping that you'll just let us go tonight.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll say, not to say you look familiar, so.
Yeah, I'm sure I do.
Okay. All right, then we'll take care. And it was nice meeting you.
All right.
Oh, all right.
You ever need anything, call me.
Okay.
Serious.
All right. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for yours.
Thank you.
So, take care.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good night, folks.
Thank you for your service. If you ever need anything, just call me. Seriously, I'll take care of you. What a load of shit. What a load of shit. Remember, guys, I got that special going today. Trifolds are in and the hoodies are in. If you guys want a hoodie, a We Don't Stop hoodie, all hoodies are in. We don't stop. We don't stop. We don't stop. Back of the hoodie says Team DLZ on it. With every single hoodie, you're going to get a trifold and a pair of cop cards with it. JT Soup, I think you got your hoodie by now. I ran your tracking number. You should have your hoodie by now. And if you don't, let me give you the tracking number. I always check on people's stuff. I go back and check on it because I get like this OCD about people getting their stuff. A couple people emailed me today. I sent you guys my phone number. If you don't have your hoodie or your trifold within 5 or 6 days, definitely get back to me. You got it, JT. I knew you did. I checked your tracking number. Yeah, I already checked your tracking number. So it said it was delivered. I just wasn't sure if you actually got it. Because, sometimes your girlfriend, mom, sister, brother, whoever gets it. So make sure you guys get a hoodie. I've only got like 10 hoodies left in. And with every single hoodie, you get a trifold and you get a pair of cop cards that go with it. So you always want to make sure that when you get your hoodie, open it up and be sure that you don't look in the pocket of the hoodie or look on the outside of the hoodie, because with every hoodie, I include a pair of cop cards and a trifold. So that's where is Chevy? Where is Chevy? I don't know where Chevy is. I've not seen him. I'm going to email him. Where is Chevy? I don't know, Steve. Oh, Steve, there you are rocking the hoodie, brother. I'm not sure. I can show you guys this though. Let me show you something. If I haven't gotten back to you yet, if I haven't returned your email yet, let me show you just so everybody can see it. There it is right there. That's how many people contact me constantly. And I've returned 100 emails already. If I didn't return your email, you're looking at the reason why. And that's just the first page. This is only one of 100. So there's more pages. I just want you to know if you're trying to reach me, that's the reason why. I always go through, make sure you put hoodie in there or trifold or cop card, because then I go through, I don't know if I can show you guys, but I go through, and if I put in, let me see what pops up just so I don't get anybody's names. You know what I mean? So yeah, there it is right there. I got a few people in here, but it shows too much information. Jessica Kirsted, you sent this to me 2 days ago. Oh, so listen, if you guys send me a Zelle or a PayPal for your trifold, listen, we raised almost $4,000 yesterday for Press with Rancor. I have so many PayPals, Venmos, and Cash Apps that I can't, if I sit there and like each one, I'll be there doing it for 2 hours because it's $5, $10, $50. And then people like Chuck and Chevy and Drophead 74 and Felicia. Just trying to list a few people who are the big donors, but there's also people who like Angela and like Ms. Constitution, and there's people who definitely chip in substantial, like Lori. Lori's in the room, she chips in, but there's just so many people. So I just want to make sure that you guys know that I do thank you and I do appreciate you. There's just too many people to get back to. There's literally too many people. All right, let's watch one more video. Let's get into one more. So if I haven't gotten back to you, I will. So Jessica Kirsted, it says here, I'll reply to your email here, Jessica. I will reply to your email here. So this is the West We Gooooo Police Department. Let me share this one with you. This is the West We Gooooo Police Department right here.
Put me on Muller Parkway in West Spring Express. It's going to be a black color Suburban, occupied one time. How you doing, ma'am?
All righty.
Officer Davis, Westfield Police. The reason why I stopped you is your license plate illumination. It's supposed to have some there, but I guess they're missing.
What you mean?
The lights to shine on your license plate.
Oh, don't?
To illuminate? No, ma'am. They're missing. They're actually missing. Make sure you need to get with Jefferson Parish. You got an attachment out for your
because actually I haven't had a ticket since 1999.
All right. Like I said, I got your first expired license plate. Your court date is 6/21.
There is the dog that they put in a cage and beat so it'll be mean.
2012, 6 p.m., 419 Avenue A here in West We Gooooo. All right, I originally stopped her for no license plate illumination. State law requires you to have your license plate illuminated.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You need to have your license plate illuminated. What a load of shit. Really? What a load of shit.
Most vehicles on their bumpers comes with a light that illuminates the vehicle.
Oh, it's just so stupid. It's another way to pull you over. What a bunch of crap. Let's check that out.
Search warrant for your house. Okay, there was some evidence that they believe is in the house.
This SWAT team visit is worth $3.8 million, according to Colorado jurors. That hefty verdict was just handed down to the 78-year-old woman whose home was wrongly searched, all thanks to the Find My iPhone app.
I see stuff like this on the movie, but I didn't think it'd ever happen.
This body camera video was taken on January 4th, 2022. That's when Denver police SWAT teams rushed.
I mean, look at that. I mean, just stop for a second. You may be conditioned to look at that and find that acceptable, but I don't find it acceptable at all whatsoever. We should not have G.I. Joe losers running around our country. We are not in Fallujah. We are not in Ukraine. We do not have to have pigs running around looking like this. Look at that machinery. Who are you attacking? Who's attacking you? In the history of our country, has anybody ever shot at one of these vehicles? No, they haven't. It's ridiculously stupid. But yet, for some reason, we allow this to go on. It's the legislators. There's no governor. There's no leader. You know, I left TikTok in 2020. All my accounts got deleted. I was called a racist. It's phenomenal. I mean, so far, what I've taught you is that laws were created for Black people. It was incredible to be called a racist. I left TikTok. And since I left TikTok, when I left TikTok, I said because just so you know, in 2020, I was trying to find a great Black leader to pick up the mantle of Terry versus Ohio and fight to get rid of Terry versus Ohio. You know what I found out? There's no Black leadership. There's rappers, musicians, actors, models, producers, people who are famous in the Black community, but there's no Black leaders because they would get rid of this, right? Get rid of Terry versus Ohio. And then I went further than that. I put in my community tab that there's no great Black leadership in America. And then someone pointed out to me and said, Chille, there's no great Latino leaders. There's no great white leaders in this country either. And I originally said it because I was pretty scorned from some Black people who called me a racist. People who I'd been teaching constitutional law for months turned on me. It was surreal to experience. And so I made the announcement, there's no good leadership in the Black community, which is true. But there's no good leadership in the white community either. There's no good leadership in the Latino community either. I mean, list a great white leader, list a great Latino leader, a great Asian leader, list a great Indian leader, list a great leader in America. There are none. Every time they get a little bit of power, they suck up to these pigs. Because any great leader would end this. You don't need an MRAP in the United States of America. Oh, and let me address something else. Before 2020, before George Floyd was murdered, a lot of us used to say the N word. I said the N word growing up in my hometown thousands of times. I have no problem with what I've done in the past. I grew, I became better. We used to greet each other by saying, "What's up, N'er?" with the hard R on the N. How many people did that? How many people greeted their friends with the hard NR? I did. Put a one in the chat for me. I did. Thousands of times. After George Floyd was murdered, we kind of got the idea that the word itself spoken is a degradation to the Black community. I'm sorry it took George Floyd and Breonna Taylor to be killed. One. I said it all the time. It wasn't a derogatory term. We shared it with our other Latino and other white friends. What's up, N-er? I can't care about what I did before. I can care about who I am today. I'm not sorry because I learned and I became better. Do I wish I hadn't done that? Sure, I do. Was it very normal on the playground? Yes, it was. To greet each other and call each other N-er. It was very normal. It wasn't even out of order. We said it in front of the Black kids I didn't say it in front of Joel, my friend Joel, who's still my friend to this day. When Joel was around, I didn't say N-er to my friends, but other kids did on the playground. I heard them. What's up, N-er? I can't go back in time. What I can be is honest about it and tell you, I said this back then. I don't say that now. I don't even reference N-er when it's written. Other people do when I'm having a conversation with them. They'll say, what do you think of the term N-er? And they'll say, well, I think the word N-er is this or N-er is that. I don't even say it then. I just don't say the word anymore at all whatsoever. Because I know that the laws in this country were crafted against Black people. I know that. They were created for big business and for Black people. And where they couldn't get big business through, Lamont DuPont with the 1937 Marijuana Tax Act, which is going to be written by the Secretary of the Treasury for FDR in 1937. And then he's going to die shortly after that, Andrew Mellon. Andrew Mellon is going to write the Marijuana Tax Act in 1937. They don't have enough support in the House and in the Senate to pass the 1937 Marijuana Tax Act. So then, what's his name again? The top cop. Oh God, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name. He goes on the Senate floor and says that smoking Mary Jane will make darkies think they're as good as whites. And if you allow Mary Jane to be legal, to not create this Marijuana Tax Act, then it's going to give 14-year-old girls all over the country syphilis because they're going to go off with Black guys. Anslinger, Harry J. Anslinger, that's the one who gave the speech on the Senate floor. So when they couldn't get the Mary Jane Tax Act passed and get the votes, they then attribute it to race and said that if we allow marijuana, then it is going to get white girls syphilis when they sleep with Black guys. That's what they said. It makes darkies think they're as good as whites. They used racism. And then overwhelmingly it passed. But it was for big business. Now, when you get forward, what case is that? It's going to be, what case is that? Carol Day passes it in 1908. And then it's going to be, what case is that? It's going to bug the hell out of me. It created this, the Marijuana Tax Act is in 1937. And then Carol Day, Corrigan versus Buckley, 1926. It's going to create what's called a racially restrictive covenant. It's one of the fastest cases that was overturned 1945, 1946. Anyway, Corrigan versus Buckley allows you to have a racial restrictive covenant in your house that you can't sell your house to a Black person or a Mexican because it'll lower the property value. It's a criminal act. You can't do it. So, and what case was that? Not Lum versus Rice, 1927. It's going to be, what case is that? It's just going to bug the absolute heck out of me if I don't remember the case. It's going to be Barrera College versus Kentucky, 1908. Ha 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 ha. Barrera College versus Kentucky, 1908, which is going to create cooties. You guys remember cooties? Don't touch me. You're going to give me cooties. Anybody heard of cooties before? Have you ever heard of that? So the 1908 case of Barrera College versus Kentucky. Remember, 1896, Plessy versus Ferguson is passed, which creates legal racial segregation based on Homer Plessy being 1/8 black. I don't know why him being an 1/8 black is relevant, but Homer Plessy can't ride in the same train car in Louisiana as the white people because you can't have Jim Crow running in the same train car with the whites. So when Plessy versus Ferguson is passed in 1896, then just 12 years later, they're going to pass Barrera College versus Kentucky, 1908. Remember, the legislature doesn't do it. The Supreme Court does. And what that does is says that schools can't teach black kids in the same desks in the same room where they teach white kids, even if it's staggered times, because black people leave a cooties. They leave a residue in the seat. So you can't teach white kids in the same room or desks where black kids sit. It has to be separate but equally segregated. So being called a racist from there was just so unbelievable that I just could not fathom. I've taught you guys how the country's founded on racist principles from the Supreme Court. So it was just really surreal. And so anytime that someone comes to you and says, oh, Chille's a racist, they'll do anything to stop me. They'll do anything. They'll do anything to stop us. Remember that, because I have tons of black friends and it is what it is. I'm not racist at all, but they'll do anything to stop us. Don't let them stop us. Don't let them stop us. So like, you know, when I say I'm a constitutional law scholar, if you can't tell, I can back it up. I'm not joking. I've been studying this shit for years and I'm going to keep studying it. Let's get into the video.
The movie, but I didn't think it'd ever happen.
You shouldn't be in that situation, honey.
This body camera video was taken on January 4th, 2022. That's when Denver police SWAT teams rushed to the home of Ruby Johnson. Johnson, a retired grandmother, says she had just gotten out of the shower when she heard a command from a bullhorn outside telling anyone inside the house to come out with their hands up.
All right, boys, we're here.
Anyone inside, 5380. Denver Police Department with a search warrant. You come to the door with your hands up.
Denver police approached Johnson's home with a warrant in hand for a laundry list of stolen items, including a truck, several semi-automatic handguns, a rifle, revolver, 2 drones, $4,000 in cash, and an iPhone. Investigators used the Find My iPhone app to track the stolen goods to Johnson's home. The only problem, Johnson hadn't stolen anything.
So DeBomb down here, Dom DeBomb wrote a question. Let me answer that for you, Dom DeBomb. Why should brown people ever forgive what they did to us? Because they did it to us. They may have passed the law for you. They may have passed the Supreme Court policy for you. But that Supreme Court policy and that law is now used on all of us. How did black people get freedom initially? It was from white people fighting for them. Just so you know, black people, you guys hear me say all the time, I hate to give so many segues here, but let me explain something to you that's very important. Dom DeBomb, thanks for being here, brother. So let me explain something very important to you. You guys hear me say on my videos all the time, if you attack me, I will beat the fucking shit out of you. And why? Because I've been trained in fighting since I was 7 years old on a wrestling mat, and I went on to train MMA for 2 decades after that. So just so you know, so white people helped free black people with this 13th Amendment in 1865, where over 1 million people died to free black people in the Civil War from 1861 till 1865. During that time, the Continental Railroad from 1862 to 1869 was being built. The setup and buildup of Standard Oil began in 1863 with John D. Rockefeller. The entire war on drugs is perpetuated from the breakup of Standard Oil in the year 1911. 1911, Standard Oil is broken up. 3 years later, they pass the Harrison Act, the 1914 Harrison Act, which said that you had to get a prescription for your medication, for your hemp your Mary Jane medication. And why did they do that? Because all over the world, people were starting to use hemp for fuel. So the entire war on drugs is built and predicated from the foundation of Standard Oil in 1863, the breakup in 1911, and the Harrison Act in 1914. So why should you forgive white people for creating laws that were intended only for black people? Because they were intended for black people, but they're now applied to all of us. We're in this together, brother. You and I are in this together. Now, let me give you a frame of reference here for how we learned how to fight. Black people who were enslaved and brought over in the North Atlantic slave trade, what happened was when we went into World War I from 1914 to 1911 to 1915. So when we entered into World War I, black people signed up to the military. When they went, no, I'm sorry, it's 1915 to 1918. God bless America. What was the actual 1914 to 1918 was World War I. So 1914 to 1918 in World War I. So black people signed up for the military and they went over to fight the Germans in World War I. When they went over to Europe to fight the Germans, white commanders, white generals would not lead black troops. So most of the black troops were then segregated off to the French army and to the English army and to the Irish army, to the different armies that were in there fighting in World War I. It was then that black people, for the first time in the history of America, learned how to fight. Because you're going to have World War I from 1914 to 1918. When black people come back from the war in the year 1919, what is the nickname for the year of 1919 in these United States? It's called the Red Summer. And why is it called the Red Summer? Because black people had gone over to World War I and learned how to fight. Fist fight, gunfight, everything. And because they had been working with the French army and the English army, and they were led by French and English generals, black people were treated as equals to white people in those French and English armies. What happens? They get back to the United States of America after serving 4 years over in World War I. They come back here, and those black men now have a lot of pride. And so when they're pushed around in the streets, they then fight back. It's called the Red Summer of 1919 because so many hundreds of black men were killed for fighting back against the white mobs that would murder them. So how did we get to this point today, Dom DeBomb? We got to this point today together, whether we like that or not. We are in this together. So I'm not telling you to forgive the institutional racist Supreme Court or the institutionally racist Judicial Department or the institutionally racist pig departments all over the country. What I'm asking you to do, Dom, is hold the responsibility on the people that have earned the hate, which is the Supreme Court, which is the judiciary, which is the pig shack departments. Because my light-skinned brother over here, because I am Colombian, I'm on your side because you're on my side. We need each other. Don't let them separate us by color or Democrat, Republican, Trump, or Biden. So just a tiny little mini history lesson here, but we are all in this together, Dom DeBomb. We are all in it together. So there's a little bit of background information for you.
Let's see, Becky, do you have anything on you you're not supposed to?
Huh?
Do you have any guns or knives?
Oh, no. I don't have
Come sit back here.
Body camera video shows Denver officers speak with Johnson, who came outside in only a bathrobe.
Why are they dressed up like that? Why are they showing up to people's houses like that? They're living out their G.I. Joe fantasy, loser.
Officers explain they have a warrant to search her home.
I tell you what's up. So nobody else is in the house, man?
No, nobody else is in the house.
Okay, so they got a search warrant for your house. Okay, there was some evidence that they believe is in the house.
That's when Johnson tells the officers she lives there alone. She says there's no one else inside because she keeps her doors locked.
So I'm going to walk you over there and we're going to talk to some detectives, okay? Once we can make some more announcements, just give me a minute and double check that nobody else snuck in the house on you, okay?
Okay,
What's your name, ma'am?
Sneak in the house because I keep my doors locked.
Oh, good for you.
Because I'm in here by myself.
Oh, you are? Okay.
My name is Ruby Johnson.
Okay, Miss Johnson, just give us a second and then I'll get you over to those detectives, okay?
Okay. That's weird.
It's then that Johnson laughs in what appears to be disbelief as officers joke about making her a movie star.
I see stuff like this on the movie, but I didn't think it'd ever happen.
Well, we knew you were a star, so we were going to make you a movie star today.
The next pieces of body camera capture officers discussing whether they believe Johnson is telling the truth.
You guys believe in her? What
Yeah.
she's saying? You good, Sarge? All right, then we're going to move up. Okay.
So
After
ridiculously
that, SWAT
preposterous.
officers approach the front door. Inside, the officers begin their search, looking through the home and walking downstairs. Additional body camera video shows officers outside using a bolt cutter to break off the lock of Johnson's shed.
Hey, Chocolate Straw, if you're watching or listening, I think you got bumped on accident, bro. Sorry. Send me the link to your YouTube page. Ridiculous.
Snowblower.
So ridiculous. So stupid.
Good, man. No people. No.
But after searching inside the shed, officers come up empty-handed.
It's clear.
They're ruining this woman's house. It's so preposterously stupid. And let me just say something here real quick, okay? Chocolate Straw UTTP, send me the link to your YouTube channel to delete laws at Gmail. I think you accidentally got bumped, my friend. There will be no cop sucking and there'll be no trolling here. Okay? I'll just block your ass. So, what good are they doing though by destroying this lady's house? What good are they actually doing? They are the menace to this society. Is crime better or worse in America? Is crime up or down? Anybody? Is crime up or is crime down? How is it? Is crime up or down? Is crime way up right now? Is crime way up right now? So then this heavy-handed jackboot thug pig approach to upholding our rights, which they call themselves law enforcers, is not working. It's not working. So maybe we should change it. Only one person can do it, only the governor.
There's boxes stacked up. It's just like a wall.
Next, officers speculate whether Johnson's son could be the suspect in the case.
Is her son, like, if they run him, and is he a criminal? Better way to put it.
Then, officers seemingly question whether Johnson's grandchildren could be suspects in the case.
Of course, because they're black. Don't be stupid. Must be her kids.
They ask her about this as she sits in the back of a squad car.
Miss Johnson, did you have any grandkids over recently?
Did I have any?
Yeah, like
grandkids?
maybe yesterday.
Oh no.
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 Okay.
Let's pause this body camera video just for a second to thank Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring it. I mean, I think it's pretty...
Oh, you're a state-run media operative yourself, honey. And it's just she's terrible. I've sent her messages on Twitter. She's terrible.
Okay, let's get back to that body cam. Meanwhile,
And just so you guys know, you'll never see that. You'll never see that on this channel. I won't be pitching any Morgan and Morgan. I won't be pitching for you to buy some internet company. I won't be taking somebody else's app and saying, "Hey, look at my app. Look at what I'm a partner in," when I didn't design the app myself. There'll be none of that on this channel. I won't do that. I promote my friend Michael Eline. Michael Eline's an attorney. Michael Eline doesn't pay me $1. He works for Team DLZ for free. Michael Eline connects us, Wanda Meese, through a connection through Michael. That connection sent me the lawyer for you, Wanda Meese. So I promote Michael Eline, who does auto accidents. He does everything. He does DUIs. He does Second Amendment. He does First Amendment. He does Fourth Amendment. He takes on cases on contingency to help people, meaning he doesn't take a dime if you're in Texas or California and he takes on the case. Michael Eline doesn't pay me a single dime. He works for Team DLZ for free. He puts in hours of work with me for $0. I don't give him a fucking dime. I tried to send him some money. He didn't accept it. Dick Heller tried to send him $500 for something. Michael Eline didn't accept it. So I promote people who help us do what we have to do. So Michael Eline's a lawyer in California and Texas. He takes all cases and he takes them on contingency. So that's why I promote some people who come onto the channel.
the search inside Johnson's home continues.
I'm with you there, Swamp. This is so ridiculously stupid. This is like somebody's hiding up in the attic. Like they don't understand that there's an MRAP outside and there's a bunch of G.I. Joe losers and they're whispering like they don't know you're there as you try to beat down the door, as you beat the door off the hinges. And now they're whispering. What kind of dumb losers are these guys? I mean, really. These guys are such beta male losers. It's unbelievable.
At one point, as officials search what appears to be Johnson's attic, they note there's dust on the panels, meaning no one has been up there recently.
Have a visiting boost. See how there's dust all over those planks? I took my hand and wiped one. There's no way somebody walked through there.
Finally, the Denver SWAT team calls it quits. They found none of the stolen goods on Johnson's property.
Anything, Nate? All right. We're gonna call it good.
The American Civil Liberties Union announced the $3.8 million verdict in Johnson's favor on Monday of this week. Broken down, that's more than $1 million in compensatory damages and $2.5 million in punitive damages.
I'm so sorry. I apologize. I had the mic muted because I had to cough for a second. I apologize. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. Okay, so what I said was that second-class citizen said, I've been to war, lost people. They're turning in their graves for what's happening in this country. These cowards bring an MRAP and full kit for a grandmother. They are the enemy, plain and simple. I completely agree with you, second-class citizen. I completely agree with you. They are the enemy of freedom. They are the enemy of liberty. They are the enemy of justice. They are the enemy of transparency. When you drive down the road at night, the only thing you have to fear is a cop. 99 times out of 100, the only thing you have to fear is a cop. And that's just the plain, simple truth, as second-class citizen said. And then I said, where the hell is Chevy? Where is Chevy? A lot of military guys in here. Thanks for coming, guys. I really appreciate it. Remember today's special. Not only am I going to get you a trifold, if you buy one, I'm going to give you a trifold. I'm also going to give you a pair of cop cards completely free. These are going to come with your envelope. You're going to have a pair of cop cards with you. If you put in the notes the name and address of someone you love, when you put in the notes, when you purchase on DLZ, I'm going to send a trifold to your best friend, your cousin, your lover, your mother, whoever it is. I'll send them a trifold for free in your name. And of course, it's going to come with this fat ass broccoli wad rubber band, goes right over your visor. Then everything goes inside of it. The only thing you really have to do when you get your cop cards and you have the Fifth Amendment trifold, all you really have to do is get your license, registration, and proof of insurance laminated. Laminated. Okay. Can you do that for me? Can everybody do that for me? The Jason Rayner Act, the bill deletes language that calls for officers to be acting in good faith. Of course, Milena, of course. Press Rights On is here, everybody. Press with Rancor is here. If you guys haven't seen Rights On channel, he's a fighter. He fights for rights. And then Press with Rancor is the guy we did the fundraiser for last night. He is in here somewhere right now. I have not seen him. Jacob D, thank you so much. What'd you put there? You said donating a few hundred Friday for the Press with Rancor fund. God bless you, bro. Thank you, dude. You can go directly to his, I put his GoFundMe up in my comment section in my community. You can donate directly to him, or you can PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or Zelle to me. The money's going the same place. It's in my community tab right now. The deal that Press with Rancor and I signed with the lawyer, we got to pay him 60 grand. There's no excess. There's no excess. Matter of fact, it's going to be short, and I'm going to have to put money in to Press with Rancor's attorney. As I already have, I've already put the first 6,000, and my legal partner put the other 6,000. We put that money up. I never asked for a dime for it on the 21st of February. My legal partner and I split that $6,000 a piece. And I took the money that I make selling trifolds, and I just put $6,000 into his down payment for his retainer for James Mikowski. You guys can see it. It's in my community tab. What's up with the Playboy? What's up with the Playboy? Thanks a lot for the gentleman who's going to put a couple $100 in, Jacob D. Thanks a lot. When you do it, I appreciate it, man. I just want you to know that. What's going on, Mr. Waldo Baldo? How you doing, man? Okay, take your kid to judo. I got to get the flock out of here myself. I hate to leave 650 people here, but I've got to get the flock out of here. I got things I got to get done. Listen, I got nothing but respect and love for all of you. Clown Patrol, Melania, Dawn the Bomb. Thanks, Dawn the Bomb. Listen, we got to join together. Remember, Dawn, they're going to call me racist. They're going to say I hate women. They're going to say that I hate fat people. I hate short people. I hate blue people. I hate purple people. I hate Muslims. I hate gays. They're going to say everything they can about me. They're going to say everything they can. There's nothing they're not going to say about me to try to dissuade you to supporting me and voting for me for governor. Just remember that. Ryut's Audit, send me your Ryut's Audit, send me your latest audit. Let me see if you're there yet. Everybody, let me know. Get an OTVO in the chat. KT is here. Special Ed Andrew. Oh, is Kent Freeman still fighting? I hope he's okay. I'm gonna call him now that you said that. I hope he's all right. Let's go OTVO. Thank you so much for coming, Salsar. Sal Salar. Thank you for coming, man. I appreciate you. Tim, thanks for coming. I appreciate you. Life Under, what's the matter, you? This says I paid $47 of all of it and received nothing. Tim, what's your order number? What's your order number, Tim? Let me know what your order number is, and just let me know your order number. Let me see if Tim has an order number. I mean, we got the comment in right when we were closing out, but let's see the order number, Tim. Let's put the order number in, and if you're missing anything, dude, I'll ship it to you. But let's see. You email that video to me. Email that video to me. Go to delete laws and then go to contact, and then, or you can go to delete laws at Gmail. But it's easier if you go to delete laws contact, because I look up the inquiry forms and then I read all of them. And then, oh, nice. Someone said they were missing an order of $47. What's that order number? Let me see, Tim. 21521. Let me just, while we're doing this, you guys know how I am. I'm OCD about getting those stuff. 21521. I'm glad you came by, Tim. If you're missing something, I will take care of it. 100%. 21521. 21521. Got it. Give me 1 second here. My website's taking forever. Logging in. If anybody's missing anything, email me your order number or put your order number in during a live chat. Greg, Bruce, Mikey, Gloria will definitely let me know if you're missing anything. Remember, when you get 1,000 orders, you're going to miss one or two. You just will. There's nothing you can do about it. The post office, by the way, I'll show you the envelopes. Looking at you right now, Tim, looking up your order right now. And sometimes people order the wrong thing. They order the $9 one I don't ship. There it is, Tim, $47, February 21st. Let me take a look. February 21st. It's okay, cool. I got you in, okay, on the east, somewhere in the eastern United States. I have you, Tim. I have your order popped up here. If you are missing any of these things, let me show you guys something real fast. Let me just show you something so everybody can see it. I don't know if you're in here or not, Tim. I'm not sure if you're in this particular pile. But so what you have to do is, just so you know, and I've just learned this, I've only been shipping since November 1st. So what you have to do is, and I'll just do it like this so you can't see anybody's names or anything. But this is a whole stack, and these just came back yesterday. These are people's envelopes that came back. So there's just maybe a half dozen or 10 stacks here of people's envelopes. So you see this right here, the machine itself, because I always include the broccoli wad rubber band in there, what happens is the machine goes through and destroys the envelope. So Tim, if you didn't get your order either here on the West Coast or there on the East Coast where you are, the machine itself inside the post office may have destroyed your envelope like it did these ones. And then sometimes it even tears them in half. So there's going to always be some sort of a little bit of people who, it's just, out of 1,000, 10 of them are not going to go through. That's 0.1%. So, Tim, I got your order though. Anybody else have an order number that you're missing? Don't hesitate to let me know what that is so that I can take care of it. And then Tim, what I'm going to do is I'm going to double up your order for you. Okay. Because I deeply care that you didn't get your stuff, man. Really. So let me see how many this is. This is just from the last. So this is 6. This is 7 right here that just came back. And so I'm really sorry you didn't get yours, Tim, but I got you covered, dude. And I'm going to double up that order for you. Okay. Anybody else doesn't have an order number, anybody who's not missing, and tell the world, you guys, tell everybody, because there's 500 of you in here. If anybody's missing an order, is this a missing order number here? 21742. Let me open that up real quick. And remember, chocolate straw U2TP, hit me up because you got blocked on accident. Orders. Let me see what that order number is. 21742. You were February 26th. Let me take a look at this order right here. I think that you're in this stack right here. And I got you over on you're kind of the northeastern part of the United States. Steve, I got you. Okay. So you got that and you got that. So you got one print at home trifold and one regular trifold. So what I'll do today, Steven, because JB just got here to ship, I'll send you out 2 trifolds instead of the 1 print at home that you got. So you got 1 print at home and 1 that you purchased. And that print at home one is in your spam folder now. And then what I'll also do for you, Stephen, is I will include a pair of 5th Amendment cop cards in your order as well. No problem, dude. I'm really sorry you didn't get it. Anybody else miss an order? I'll check on yours too, 22042. Remember, if it's in the last 6 days, 7 days, you might want to wait a minute. That's why Stephen Robb, February 26th. Oh yeah, your order just came through. Is that 22042? Yeah, your order shipped already, Tim. But you just ordered a couple days ago, so it's not magic. You ordered March 3rd, so there's no way it's there by March 6th. Not through USPS. It's just not going to happen that fast. And even the last one that I read, Steven up in the Northeastern America, your order could still be in the mail. To get up to the Northeastern America, it takes often 7 days. It takes 7 days sometimes to get to the Northeast America. And then tell anybody else, let me see. Oh, did your envelope get tore open? Did you get an envelope that was tore open and your cards were missing? That pisses me off. Not anymore. Milena, hoodies now take 2 or 3 days. I now ship them priority USPS. But let me know, anybody who's missing an order, 21679. Let me check that one. Just you guys, if you guys don't want to stick around, I understand, but I'm going to check on anybody's orders who doesn't get it. I'm going to check on anybody's things. Oh, so Eric, I don't think that you ordered properly, my friend. I don't think you ordered what you think you ordered. I think that. So, oh, thanks for the lovely comments, Eric. I appreciate that. So that order number, Eric, is 21679. Let me make sure that's correct over here. 21679. I don't know who blocked you, Paul. I hope you didn't get blocked. So your order, Eric, you ordered cop cards. You never got the cop cards at all? Because we have a ship list, and I hope that your order went through. Let me check on that. So Eric, I'll just send you off another pair of cop cards. As a matter of fact, I'll double up your order and I'll send you. And then 20210. I got you, Eric. I have your order up here. So you ordered those on the 25th. You should have them by now. If you don't have them, your envelope got destroyed. So just so you guys know, I'll show you the solution for that. Do I have one? I do. 1 second. Let me show you how we solved the problem. So the way that we solve the problem, because a lot of envelopes were being destroyed by the machinery, is we now when I ship it out now, we put hand cancel. You see where it says hand cancel? Now on all your envelopes. So Eric, when you get your new set of cop cards, I would bet my fingers that we shipped it and that the machine ate the paper, because the cards inside of here, they're not conducive to work with the machines at the postal service. And so I went in, I showed you guys, I recorded the conversation I had. And if I don't put hand cancel on there, then the machine will eat your envelope. And sometimes when that machine eats your envelope, Andrea, then it just doesn't go through. Did I check on yours yet, Andrea? 20210. 1 second. I mean, this is how much your order matters to me. Like, you not having your stuff, just, it eats me up. There's just no way. 20210. Okay. DB on that. DB, you didn't get your order, DB? Let me see. Is that right? You didn't get those? DB, I'm just going to give you a call as soon as this live stream is over. Yep, I got you. Yeah, I got you. I got I don't want to put your name out there. Michael, if people want to look up your name, they can. So DB, I'm going to call you as soon as this is over. As soon as my live stream is over here. Yeah, your order specifically though, I don't know how you wouldn't have gotten that. That's just maybe we didn't have a medium in at the time. Okay, keep going. Anybody else we got? So Andrea, I'm going to call you as soon as this live stream is over. Your hoodie, what's your zip code? Dixon, what's your zip code? Because yeah, so the large hoodies shipped on Sunday and Monday, you should have them by today or tomorrow at the latest. But if you shoot me your Dixon, if you tell me your zip code real quick. 1 second. I just want to make sure that I continue. 20273. I'll sit here all day until this is accomplished. I mean, I do have other stuff to do, but you know what? There's nothing more important than getting your order to you. There's absolutely nothing more important. And sooner or later, I'm going to have actual software. So DB, I'm going to call you after this is over. And then this is MD. Let me check your order, MD. 43074. Yep, I'm pretty sure. Yep, your order shipped. I'm 99.9% sure because when I shipped the receipt the other day, let me check on this for you, MD, just real fast. $43074. 1 second. Nope, yours isn't out either. What a bummer. That's okay. Okay, I got you up on the screen now, Matt. So is anybody else missing? Is there anything else missing? Someone texted me just now and said they have something. Got you. So SK, I will check on your order as well. Oh, thank you, SK. I appreciate you, dude. So let me check on this. 97394. Let me see. I'm just going to screenshot this. 97394. Let me check and see if that's in the. No, I got you, SK. I see you. I think yours is in the. Yep, I got you, SK. Okay, I'll send you over your tracking number, SK. I'm just not going to do it right here on the live stream. But sure, I got you. Your stuff's gone out, and I'll send you off the tracking number for that. Anybody else? Is there anybody else? And tell everybody, if anybody's ever missing an order, you come to my live stream and you put it in here, and then the moderators will get it to me. Anybody else? Anybody else? Got you, SK. Got you, Andrea. Let me tell you the people. Nice. So I got MD. I'm going to reach out to you after this. DB, I'm going to reach out to you after this. Eric, I got you. Steve and Rob, got you. And then Tim Morris, I got you. Is there anybody else missing anything at all? Are there any other missing orders? Anybody has a missing order number? And just spread the word, everybody, that if you come to my live stream, listen, we ship 1,000 products a month. 1,000. So if you ship 1,000 products a month, you're just gonna. I showed you the envelopes are getting torn open. You know, I literally feel, you can see it. They're getting torn open. So I feel really terrible if anybody's missing anything. It really F's with my heart. I don't want you to miss anything. Anybody else? Does anybody else has a missing order number? And spread the word. Tell everybody if they're ever missing an order, come into the live stream. 65201. Let me see. I saw you right there. I see you. Let me put you up on the screen. 65201. Let me check that. I don't think that's not. No such order number exists. I'm really sorry. So Susie, check your order number again and get back to me, because that's not an order number. So get back to me, okay? I believe you. I don't think you're trolling. I think that you're missing your order. I got you. So let me know. And then Jessica Kirsted, make sure I have your address because I saw your thing. I'll look up I know you've ordered something before. So if anybody else, I'm just looking through all the comments right now. If anybody's missing their order, I mean, so far it's only 5 and we did 1,000 orders in the past month or so. So let me see. Anybody else have an order number? And anybody else feel free to share an order number if you see it pop up. I just want to make sure everybody gets their stuff. Anybody else? April Rain, nice to see you. Thank you for coming, hun. KT, good to see you. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Dawn DeBomb, I'm super happy. Paul, I hope you didn't get blocked. I don't think anybody blocked you. I can see your comments. Critical Climbers, send me your email address. Put your email address. You have to put it in here. Just contact me, and I'm going to look through all the emails tonight. But send me your email address. 20873. Let's check this one. And then can you give me the initials on that name, Carl? Can you give me the initials on 20873? Okay, it is. It's under your name. Oh, Carl. You didn't get yours, Carl? I need to actually cross-reference this. But if you say you didn't get it, I just believe you. I'll just send you another one. I got you. Thank you, Mikey. I appreciate it. Carl, I got you up on the screen now. I have your address here. I'm just going to send you another one. As a matter of fact, Carl, I'm going to send you 2. Actually, Carl, I'm going to send you that, and I'm going to send a pair of cop cards because you got a trifold. So I'm going to send you a pair of cop cards with your trifold. Anybody else? Anybody else? Let's keep going. 21676. Julie, let me check on that for you right now. You guys don't have to skip. You guys don't have to stick around for this, but I just want to make sure if anybody has their order missing that, look, I'm not going to be perfect. There's no way. There's just no way I can do it 100% perfect. Got you, Julie. Okay, let me see exactly what you ordered here. Oh, Julie, you got the cop cards. So your order highly likely got destroyed. Going up to Illinois. Yeah, your order got destroyed by the machine. I'm really sorry, Julie. I will send you off another pair of cop cards. And then someone else put an order number in here just now. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Here's the deal. Good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. There was another order number in here. I just want to make sure that I cover that one. I just saw someone put an order number in here. Where is it? And remember, the machines, I have to put hand cancel. JB, make sure we print out another bunch of hand cancels and put them on them because the cop cards and the rubber bands, it's destroying the envelopes. So great, Dixon. I think I already called your name, didn't I? Didn't we already do yours? Dixon, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure we already did yours, right? I'll double check on it. I think we are. I think I just looked yours up. 20273. Didn't I already just do this one? I think that I did. So here's the trick. And you guys Google this. Go online and Google it. United States Postal Service hand cancel. Look it up. What you find is that, yeah, Matt, I already got you up. Matt, and I'll take care of you today, dude. I'll take care of you today because you ordered January 31st. So I'll take care of that today for you, Matt. No problem. I got you. I got you, Matt. I see your order and I will ship that today. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm going to look up your tracking number because we don't miss on hoodies. I just never do. 21764. But Matt, either way. Sorry, here's the deal. You came in at the very end and I'm just taking any missing orders right now. Anybody who doesn't have an order that has a missing order. Oh, no, I got that same one. I just looked up 21764. That's the same one. Yeah, I got you up on the screen already. I already have you locked in at the top. Yeah, it's going to be under Ethics SCS will be the name of the company, or under Delete Laws Critical Climbers. Or Critical Climbers, just tell me what you're missing and send me your address. Then you don't have to kill yourself looking for it. I'll just give it to you. I believe you, dude. People don't come. I mean, I can tell when people are trolling and being fake, but you know what? I guess I can't either. I guess people can fool me pretty damn easy. You know? Yeah, so Critical Climbers, you don't have to find the receipt, dude. Just email me, put Critical Climbers on the subject line, deletelaws@gmail, and tell me what you ordered, and I'll just ship it to you, dude. Okay? Then we don't have to sit here and John, get your order number for me. John, if you can get your order number for me, that'd be great. Get me your order number, buddy, if you would, pretty please. If we ordered on Monday, then that shipped in the last couple days. So you may want to wait a couple days if you're on the East Coast. But John Jacobs, look up to me. Oh, thanks. Here's the deal. That's a nice thing to say, dude. Just doing the Chille is a great example of using his talent platform for the benefit of others. How can anybody speak against that? Well, we're just doing the best we can with what we got. You know what I mean? And I have to run this like a business and at the same time realize that people need. I saw you, John Jacobson, but you got to come up with an order number. Otherwise, you said it like 5 times now. And what most people start to think when you say, hey, I'm missing mine, and then you just go crazy in the crowd, then people think that you're not being completely, that you're trolling. That's what people start to think. They think you're trolling. You know what I mean? Because you're trying to create like this air of though, like, I wouldn't send it to you. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Of course I would send it to you. Like, of course I would. I mean, how many people, put a 1 in the chat if you've received a free trifold from me or a free cop card from me or a free t-shirt from me or a free hoodie from me. Put a 1 in the chat if you've received from me a free product, you know? So you guys can look this up yourself, but you know what? Since we're here, let me just show you. USPS hand cancel. Let me just show it to you. Okay, so cool. Let me just share with you. This is the reason why there's been orders missing, because I wasn't putting hand cancel on there. Look how many people I've given free trifolds or cop cards to. Why in the world would you gave me money and I not give you your product? That's just, you know what I mean? That's just ridiculous. So let me share with you something here. So this is hand cancel right here. There it is. You guys can see that? So what does hand cancel mean? Instead of machine processing, you request your envelope be processed by hand. Your post clerk will mark each stamp with an envelope with a special number stamp noting the current date. Hold on a second. So here's another explanation for why so many envelopes, like I couldn't understand like why so many people weren't getting their trifold. Because I mean, to miss like 0.1% or 0.2%, I could understand that. But I've got like 3% of missing. And I'm like, what the flock? You know? So apparently hand canceling is a process where the postal worker stamps your envelope by hand instead of running it through a machine. It's important for wedding invitations or credit cards so they don't get damaged during the process, because the machine itself will but that's not true. So I don't think Ethics SCS was you, because it says Merchants of Movie Theater. That's incorrect. That is my company, Ethics SCS. There's not another company in America named Ethics SCS. So that's what's going on though. If you guys didn't get your product, it's because the machine ate it. The machine ate it for 2 reasons. The first reason is because of the cop cards. The second reason is because of the rubber band. So now I have a stamp coming that says hand cancel. But for now, what we've done here in the office is we printed out a bunch of these hand cancels, and now they go on every single envelope. Okay, I'm not confirming orders, just ones that you're missing, okay? So yeah, I do that. We do it all the time. People send me stuff all the time in the mail. You guys can send me to mail here. I'll put my address here. There it is. If you're trying to mail me something, I just put the address right there. Cool. Is anybody else missing anything? Steve, I can help you if you have an order. Anybody else have an order that's missing? You are so welcome, King. Nice, King Braveheart. Yeah, I think you got, and King Braveheart is in another country, and King Braveheart got the trifold and cop cards. So anybody else missing any orders? So far it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people were missing. I know, but if I give away a lot of them, so if you ordered anything from me and it's missing, I cannot let that go. I've got to get you your stuff. All right, spread the word, everybody. Drophead74 is here, everybody. Good to see you, buddy. Nice to see you, Drophead74. Yeah, Julie, then your envelope got eaten by the post office machines. That's exactly what happened. I mean, I showed you hand cancel. My envelopes are being eaten by the machines because of the rubber bands and because of the cop cards. So, Julie, I'm just going to reship your orders today, and I'm going to double it up. So that's all I can actually do, but I'll get that out to you right away. And when you get your envelope and you wonder why it says hand cancel on it, you don't have to wonder anymore. I sure did, man. Yes, I did, Paul. Yep. So it's like, why would I send Paul a trifold for free and then not send the paying customer a trifold? We don't all have the same amount of money, everybody's got different money and stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. All right, listen, I do have to get out of here. I've been on for 3.5 hours, long one today. I'm going to get the fuck out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.